who's back? Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Let's get our heads right. Our baseball team doing us zero favors in getting our heads right, that's for sure. We've got plenty of time to delve into our San Diego Padres, who have not gotten off to the best start. Not ideal. I will not be using a chip today, guys. It's only 5 games in. All right, I'm not. I wasn't pleased, but I won't. I shan't be flipping the chip onto the table this morning. So, but I've got a lot of questions. I mean, I have a lot of questions about what is happening right now in our beloved organization down there. Hasn't been great, but we will try to parse some of it out. Don't think you'll hear the turd polish sound today, because that turd is unpolishable last night. It's unpolishable. There's really not even a bright spot to talk about. So it'll be mostly negative today. So if you're in the mood for that, you're in the right place.
Are you challenging me? Did you lay down the gauntlet? Can Ben come up with something positive?
That's actually a good bit.
I may need to think a while. Give me an hour or so.
That's actually a good bit.
See if I
all
can
right,
come up with something.
Polish that one. Man, it's good to be here with you guys. Good to be here with you guys, certainly. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl. He's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing good, buddy. And Benjamin Higgins, your friendly neighborhood, turd polisher, joins us as well.
They have really good pretzels at Petco Park now, as I found out yesterday firsthand.
You got to have one.
I did. That's what I did yesterday. That was my
that was your story that you kept under wraps?
They haven't
That's the one that you're like, I don't want to tell
I did
anyone.
behind the scenes. I went with so I was doing my training day on social media vertical videos.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, what's something that could go viral?
Food.
Everybody's loving these s'mores pretzels. So let's go behind the scenes to see how they're made. So went down, met Chef Phil, who is the executive chef at Petco Park, and he took me through the whole thing. We made s'mores pretzels.
Love Chef Phil.
They are very
He's the
messy.
best,
Got them all over my face, all over my hands, and that video you will see later today. But yeah, the idea is see if we can go a little viral, hit the algorithm on Instagram and get that thing going across everybody. Hey, look at this food. Look at this amazing food they have at Petco Park. So,
all right, I don't want to say the obvious, but hasn't this bit already been done in local media?
Not the making of them.
Oh, making.
No,
okay.
like we actually.
Okay, you got your hands.
We
in
did
the
a
dough.
whole segment on how they make the whole thing from scratch and get it to you there at section 206 at Petco Park.
Okay, and you got to try it.
Oh yeah,
good.
Yeah,
I bet.
The pretzel's really good.
S'mores, I like s'mores
it's
enough.
A lot.
But
in the topping, it's a lot on top of there. But if you love s'mores, the pretzel kind of actually mutes it a little bit, which I liked. It wasn't as sweet as I expected.
Salty.
It wasn't over the top sweet. It was just got that chocolatey
Did you do the buffalo one too?
We tried the buffalo one as well. That one was very tasty.
Okay.
Buffalo blue cheese
Is
pretzel.
that more just a regular pretzel with buffalo
sauce and ranch dressing and some blue cheese crumbles on top, and it's a little spicy. Very tasty.
You had some ranch?
There is a ranch drizzle on top of the buffalo blue cheese
You okay?
pretzel. Yeah, I was fine.
You made it?
All right. I was good. And then those little pretzel churro nuggets that Hannah had on opening day.
My missus crushed those.
Those were delicious. I didn't realize they put clarified butter on all the pretzels before they do anything, which is kind of really helps anything. You put butter all over something, it's definitely going to make it taste better.
Can we pour clarified butter all over our players?
That's a good idea.
Before today's game. Just dip them in clarified butter. Maybe they'll be palatable.
We're dipping our lineup in clarified butter to see if that makes it a little more palatable.
Yeah, Nick Pavetta's got a trainer working on his shoulder, just rubbing it in before the game.
Clarified butter. Spinning out a little bit myself.
Today's the day again.
Got to go into the clinic and
submit a backup sample.
Correct. Today's the backup, and I was originally supposed to go at 2, and they called me and they moved it. See how nervous I am? Moved it to 4:30.
Even longer to wait.
Longer to wait.
And think about it.
To overthink it, which I do. So.
This is, if anyone hasn't joined us yet, Woods has been chronicling his IVF journey.
Yeah.
And this is the spot where they get to the point where they need Woods's sample.
Correct. Well, so it hit me this morning, and Hannah's like, okay, today's the day. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm I'm spun out about it. Again, I have to go do it in the office, and it's really uncomfortable. It's not great. It's not your ideal spot to do that. And so I thought for a second, wait a minute.
Jerk.
I said 4:30. I wonder what time their office closes. I bet it's 5 o'clock, because every time I call a doctor's office and I get the machine or the service, it's, we're open from 8 to 5 with closed for lunch from 12 to 1. So I go, if it's 5 o'clock, that gives me 30 minutes, which should be ample time. But there's also people I know in the office out there waiting for me to be done. Like, we got to get, so now the pressure's on even more. So I told Ann, I go, do you think it's 5? It's got to be 5. She goes, hang on, let me look. Pulls up her phone, puts it in. She goes, actually, babe, they close at 4:30. And I go,
what?
You're kidding me. And she goes, no, they close at 4:30.
Like, they don't want anyone arriving after 4:30.
Correct.
Obviously,
I'm the last
if you're
guy.
an appointment at 4:30, they can't expect you to be done instantaneously.
4:31.
Right. But they probably think that you should be done within a short amount of time.
Correct. So that they can get out of there and go see their families and, do what they need to do. So now
imagine their HR manager worried about now paying overtime
because
to employees because you're not done yet.
It's 4th. Can you imagine the ladies are out there like milling around reception, just like, is he done? What is going on? Why?
They've already logged out of their computers. They're ready to go,
holding their bags and ready to go, and they're just. Is he done? And I can hear him out there. It's just it makes an uncomfortable situation 1,000 times worse. And I've been thinking about it so since I woke up this morning. I'm in here. I was almost done. Now I'm going to have to start all over again. Please stop knocking.
Is there anything we can do to help, sir?
Now you're talking. Hang on. Let me put my clothes back on. What do I do? What do I do? It's just like you just mentally have to get in the right space for this. And they're really throwing these curveballs at me. Now, if I was a Giant, I would hit. I didn't finish. I would hit it out of the park. If I was a Padre, I would swing and miss through it if it was a hanging curveball. But they are throwing these at me, and my kids get out of school any second. I can't be late picking them up. What are we doing? Yep, that's what I'm looking forward to today. 4:30.
I mean, pressure is the last thing.
Oh my God!
You need
the
to
last
perform.
thing you want. It's the last thing you want in that situation is more pressure. Oh my God, man. I'm about to cry. I'll touch myself. Oh my God, dude. Please let me.
But if you do successfully complete the mission,
I'm done. Then I'm done.
You're done.
This is it. I've been assured this is just a backup at this point, just in case. So I really got to deliver today. I really do.
Now, let's say they don't need the backup sample eventually.
They send it back to me.
They do.
No, are you kidding?
Well, I was wondering. I mean, you don't want it out on the open market necessarily.
On the open market. Oh God, man.
I mean, there's some people who can't, so they need help from other people. I assume there's donors who do that. Maybe do they give you the option? Like, would you like to save this for someone else who needs? Yeah. I don't think help in having a baby at some point.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to give them a no. You don't need any more B running around. There's too many right now, maybe a third on the way. So there's too many. Yeah, they're going to mail it back to me. I don't know what you want to do with this. Maybe you make it into a bracelet or something for your wife, but it's yours. It's got your
little
name
vial on a chain that you can wear around your
Make a couple of earrings out of it. So it's just like, Kevin in the chat says, as someone who's had to do this, I appreciate what's talking about it. Bro, I want you guys to know, if you've had to do this, I'm with you. Like, my heart bleeds for you.
Remember, Is it Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie? They have
Billy
vial
Bob.
of blood. Billy Bob. That's right. They had a vial of blood around their necks on a necklace.
Oh,
this would be kind of the same. You have a little necklace with a little vial.
Yeah.
You and Hannah can both wear it.
Oh, man, can you imagine? So, are you kidding me? Yokel said, "Make sure to take your socks off, buddy." I told you, I stripped completely down in there. I may try the stand-up method today. I might try it like the rest of the creeps that I've told people. How'd you do it when you went in? Did you lay on the 5-foot couch? No, I stood up. And I go,
oh my God,
well, that's wild. So I maybe today, instead of the prayer method, I do the stand-up.
Oh, what would happen if, like, for instance, your phone was dead and you had no,
or my AirPods died?
Yeah, you had nothing. You just had to go into the room
from memory.
Yeah,
they'd be like, "Hey, buddy, lock up when you leave." I'd be there till 7:30. 7:30. Now they do have a flat screen and a remote, and there's stuff on there if you want to use it.
Oh, really?
Yes. And
really? You didn't take advantage of that.
No, I had it. I told you I had mine plotted out well before.
Probably for 72 hours.
I knew exactly where I was going.
Really?
Yeah, knew exactly where I was going.
The element of surprise, not knowing what they had, is not somewhat intriguing.
Well,
you like the familiar and the expected.
Think about it. It's also on a TV in the office that's on the wall. So where's the audio go? Right? So with my AirPods,
surround sound speakers,
you got to connect your AirPods to this new office TV.
It would have taken me 40 minutes. Have you started yet? No, I'm still connecting Bluetooth to my. It's not working. I mean, it is. No, I think SD Brother says, is the TV always muted? Or those workers hearing that all day? My guess is that it's muted, or you can connect if you have headphones or something, but.
Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just an occupational hazard. If you work in that office,
that's
then
what
occasionally
happens.
You overhear things that you probably don't want to overhear.
I like, they're like, well, listen, we're all adults in here. We see this stuff every day. But yeah, me calling Paulie in the middle of it. Paulie, I cannot get my AirPods to connect to this television. My phone died. What do I do? All right, click the little Bluetooth button. Do you see? Is there a code? There's no code? There's no code. Yeah, turn on the TV. Paulie, help me. Help me.
Gracian has the worst idea. He says, just flip the TV to channel 10. You can
Channel 10. The whole thing. So like just wide base, gripping the desk, just wide base, right? Oh my Lord. This kid better be amazing. That's all I know. She better be change the world. So that's what we're doing today at 4:30. Now, Hannah goes, well, the good news is you'll get to see the whole Padres game. I go, on what planet is that good news? I was looking forward to missing a majority of it by going to do that. Right?
You could be in a really bad mood.
I could be in a horrible mood. They get swept at home with Tony Vitello and the Giants.
And then you have
I gotta go to that?
into your appointment.
Oh, my.
They better win today.
They
there may be
win.
no more future Woodses.
This is terrible. It's a terrible, terrible scenario.
Are you kidding me?
And again, I blame the Padres for all of this. All of this. So, yeah, so at least you get to watch the whole game.
Well, if it takes you long enough, I'll be wrapping up work about the same time. I can come pick you up.
Nope,
take you
I'm
for
good.
a sandwich.
No, I do not need a sandwich. I do not need a sandwich. I just want to get in, get out.
All right, so far on Foreplay, we've talked about marshmallow cream, ranch dressing, and Paulie, how are you?
Wow.
Wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either.
Sorry.
And that kind of threw me off. I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
What'd you guys do yesterday? You went and did your story.
Did my story at Petco Park, worked with our digital social media guru, Emily, who was great. Also got to work with several members of the Padres organization. They really have some good. Chef Phil is amazing. He's been the executive chef since 2019, but he's really been with Delaware North, who's the food service company that handles Petco Park since the park opened. They always come up with new and spectacular ideas. I got to meet Bree with the Padres social media team and Emily, who works with Chris Connolly. who's in charge of everything there. And they have a really spectacular behind the scenes team, which makes them fun to work with when I get chances to do something like that.
Yeah, that's nice. I had the boys yesterday. We went and got some baseball cards, and the three of us ripped baseball cards and had the time of our lives, and then destroyed all the evidence before Mom got home. So she has no idea what the damage was, but it was a blast. We had an absolute blast, the three of us. Taylor's getting into it too, which is great because like he opens good cards. I'm like, yeah, Dad'll just hang on to that one for you because I don't want you to mess it up. So it's like I get triple the cards. It's great.
What do you leave him with then?
The junk. The junk.
Here, do whatever you want with these.
Yeah. Have a ball, kid. Enjoy. These are the good ones, right? Of course. He pulled a pretty rare orange refractor card. Cole Young is a rookie, and I looked it up. It's like going for 70.
Oh, he pulled that.
He pulled it. Yeah,
you told me you pulled.
Well, if I paid for it, so ipso facto, I pulled it, right? So he's
but you told him it was his. You were buying it for him.
Yeah.
So then you just ungifted it.
What I told him was, I'll hang on to this. Now he doesn't know that I've listed it on eBay for sale already. But he asked me, "Is my orange? Do you still have my orange card?" I go, "Yeah, it's in there somewhere." Listen, it's dad tax, man. I don't know what to tell you. My wife in the chat says, take them.
Your grubby fingers will never touch it again.
Yeah.
But it's yours.
You're never going to see it again, but it's yours. It's yours. Take the boys to the batting cage rather than ripping baseball cards, you absolute freaks. I would if the batting cage was anywhere other than 40 miles from our house. I would be there at the batting cage every single day. But yeah, so we had a fun day. We really did. It was a good time. They got so excited to rip cards, and it was great. I asked Taylor, do you want basketball cards now? Because he really likes basketball. He goes, no, I want baseball cards now. And he's starting to really get into it. They played baseball after that all day long together. Very, very sweet. So it was fun, man. It was a fun day. And then the game started. And then your whole day's ruined. And you wait. You wait all day. You're just bubbling with anticipation.
What'd you text us last night at like 6:45? I waited all day for this.
I waited all day for this. And the funny thing is, I'll tell you, because of the cards and my boys both playing and me coaching two teams and fantasy and just the fact that I love baseball, I have had such a great time watching baseball this season, except for my favorite team. They're the only team in baseball I have not enjoyed watching even for a little bit. The only team. I put on Pirates Reds and I'm watching Bubba Chandler, and I put on other teams, and I'm watching their, great prospects. I watched Andrew Painter last night make his debut for the Phillies. He was outstanding. I had a friggin' blast, Ben. I watched 3 games a day and pieces of 5 or 6 more, and I'm having the time of my life until 6:40 starts. And then when 6:40 starts, 10 minutes in, it's boom, right in the nuts, And so that's what's killing me.
I mean, it's no fun when your team has scored the fewest runs in the National League.
Yeah.
And if only the Royals have fewer runs, but they played 1 less game. So the offense has been abysmal. Their run differential is the 2nd worst in the National League. Only the Phillies are worse than the Padres so far this season. So, yeah, it hasn't been a lot of fun. But it is just one trip through the starting rotation.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's one trip through. And that's kind of where we'll be focusing on today. Yeah. I mean, they've got 1 win. They don't look good. The manager, some questionable decisions already, which, listen, we knew there was going to be plenty of questions about Craig Stammen. They're all kind of snowballing right now. So I
think there's a big second guesser in that game yesterday. I think we can get into.
I think there's a few. I think there's a few, and I think it starts with the lineup that was released yesterday too. We can talk about all of that, but if I was going to use a chip today, my chip would be. It would be. I don't blame. Like, I'm not in the mood to fire the hitting coach or the manager yet because I know these players and they're professionals, and it's on them, right? And that's always been my thing. It's always on the players. This fire the manager, fire the hitting coach stuff has got to go because it's on these players. They're the ones that get paid. They're the athletes. Go execute.
Well, they should go out and hire a good hitting coach, like the team that scored the most runs in baseball, the Houston Astros. Why don't we hire their hitting coach?
Their hitting coach is Victor Rodriguez.
Yes, it is.
Again, more evidence, guys. More evidence that it's not them. It's us. It's not them. It's us. It's our players. So
maybe you missed that. That was the Padres hitting coach last season that everyone wanted to see.
It's exactly right.
Go. He's now the hitting coach of the team that has scored the most runs in baseball so far this season.
So again,
really cool.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Now, did he must have completely revamped his entire offensive strategy and approach as soon as he left.
He read a good hitting book in the offseason.
Yeah, he went to Driveline. Like, guys, it's they're big leaguers. This isn't college. This isn't high school. You don't need a manager to fire you up when you make $20 to $30 million a year, or at least you shouldn't. You shouldn't. So, that's my chip would go, like, stop calling for Steven Souza Jr.'s head. Stop calling for Craig Stammen's head 5 games in my opinion. He's made some questionable decisions. We'll talk about him. But it's on the players, man. It's always on the players. They're the ones that play the game, So that's where I'm at.
By the way, happy April, everybody. We're officially 1/4 of the way through 2026. So
it's April Fool's today.
It is also April Fool's Day, one of the more dangerous days in broadcasting. You try not to get fooled. If you see breaking news anywhere, don't say it. Just take a couple of beats. Try to make sure it's real today, because people will try to get away with murder. All right, we will take a timeout. When we come back, we will get to our Padres crap-up of last night's 9-3 loss to the San Francisco Giants. That's now 1-4 for your San Diego Padres. Not a good start to the season, but again, just 5 games in. There's a lot of time to go. First, though, I want to tell you about my experience so far with Trajan Wealth. A good financial plan isn't always just about the numbers. It's about the people behind them. I have loved working with David, the team that I have at Trajan Wealth here in San Diego. Looking at my investment, they can look at your taxes as well. It is April. Estate planning, they do it all. So your family's future is covered from all sides. They have offices right here in town, Liberty Station, Del Mar, and Carlsbad. So anywhere you are in the county, pretty easy to get to, or you can meet on Zoom online with your advisor. And you got old 401ks you haven't looked at in a while. I found out that you're often being charged much higher fees for those, previous jobs you haven't thought about, 401k. They can get you in better investments than the ones you were already in, making a lot more money, honestly, than you would have otherwise. You just have to have them take a look and see what they are doing. It is really pretty easy to get to at Trajan Wealth. Just give them a call, 619-367-0207, 619-367-0207, or go to trajanwealth.com. It's trajanwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter. Dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at trajanwealth.com.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just
don't.
a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Here's what we've got coming up. Setting the menu for a Wednesday edition of the program. Get to our Padres Crap-Up, talk about last night's game, the questionable managerial decisions, the absent offense through 5 games of the season, and more. That is first up. And then at 7 o'clock, we will pay off our first incorporator of the season, Jesse Agler. Yesterday, got his first incorporator word. He did successfully work it into the radio broadcast last night. You'll hear how he did it.
Which is amazing.
Took a while,
yeah,
but he got it done. Never an easy word. Amaruncator, which are the long garden shears that they use to clip trees, apparently. Got that in somehow during the broadcast last night. You'll hear that at 7 o'clock. At 7:20, we'll have our Don't Do This segment. And then coming up at 7:35 on our SDCCU fan hotline, the return of Boone. Bret Boone is back after a bit of a hiatus as hitting coach for the Texas Rangers the second half of last season. He has returned to our Audacy stable and is going to join us for Big League Wednesdays this week. That's back. I love talking to Boone. He will give us some perspective on the Padres' slow start. Doubt he'll be that panicked. Big leaguers rarely are after 5 games.
No, absolutely not. I'm excited. We have not talked to him since he got that gig. Like I've texted with him.
Maybe
like right away.
Yeah.
We kind of the
before
day
he
after
started,
like, like the couple of days after he got the gig, I think. And then after that, we let him do his thing. And then he called me a few weeks ago and he's like, "Hey, Paulie,
I'm back.
I had so much fun, but I'm not doing it this year.
Yeah.
Want to jump on again with you guys?" And when a big leaguer calls you and says, "Hey, I'd love to come on your show every week and talk baseball," I'm like, okay.
Sounds good to me, man.
Sounds great. Yeah.
We can ask him about the hitting coach scenario. You know, it seems to me the worst job in baseball by far.
Yeah,
I think it's the worst.
I think it's
there's
some
worst
teams
job
that score a lot of runs and are very happy with their hitting coach.
For how long?
Very temporarily.
Correct. I think it's the worst job in baseball.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You know, infield coordinator, no problem. Bench coach, no problem. You know, associate manager, no problem. Pitching coach, even. You know, you have
third base coach can give you a run.
For your money.
I'd like to be the first base coach.
First base coach is elite.
First base coach, much easier. Third base coach, no one ever notices you when you do things right.
Yep,
they always notice when you do something wrong.
Yep. I got Dodger fans every night tweeting about how bad Dino Ebel is, and that guy's got rings on every finger. You know what I mean? Every other like, the guy's gonna kill me. Freaking Dino, another bad send. I'm like, shut up, shut your mouths. You've got the chips. Shut your pie hole. He obviously knows what he's doing. But yeah, that's the worst job in baseball. I'll see what Boone says.
Coming up in the second half of the show, we got Take on Wood, still trying to give away that trip to Las Vegas. Our Reindl Report headlines. Look ahead to the day matchup, Padres and Giants closing out the series and the homestand this afternoon at Petco Park. We've also got some more Padres tickets to give away during the program for the April 9th game against the Colorado Rockies, the Manny Hot Corner bobblehead night. We will give away some tickets as well. So lots to get to on the program today. And as I mentioned, all guests appear on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better, but we will get into the Crap-Up and the discussion of last night's 9-3 loss right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Allard.
This traffic report is brought to you by Rivermark Medical. Just a little bit slow this morning on the northbound side of the 805 as you approach the 94, but the 94 looks good and no delays to tell you about on the 5 or the 15. Rivermark Medical is conducting a rapid 3 study for FlowStent, a minimally invasive device designed to relieve symptoms from BPH. Men 45 or older suffering from frequent, painful, or difficulty urinating may qualify. Learn more at rivermarkmedical.com. That's rivermarkmedical.com. I'm Sue Alley with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
Supremely stupid.
It's time for the Padres
Crap-Up
with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, here's something to cheer you up. The rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the pump and figure it out.
1 pitch into the air, deep down the left field line. Castellanos is back to the corner, and this one is going to go. Hit off the very top of the wall, bounced over the fence, and a home run for Adames. Only the 4th time he has ever led off in a game. The 2nd time he has hit a leadoff home run, and the Giants take a 1-0 lead, 2 pitches into the game. 1-1, ripped to the air, deep to right field. Fernando back towards the corner, going to be over his head and off the wall. Ramos scores, Chapman scores, Lee head first into second. It's a 2-run double, And a 3-0 lead for the Giants here in the first. Long look in. Now the 2-1 from Marquez. That's hit in the air. High and deep to left field. Castellanos is back towards the corner. He is at the wall. Gonna reach back. And it's over the fence. A home run. Matt Chapman with his 4th career homer against Marquez. And the Giants now lead it 4-0 here in the third. 1-0 pitch. Merrill lines it over the head of Arise into right center at a base hit. Fernando rounding third. He's on his way. Manny's digging for third. Here's the throw. Chapman will not have a tag. And the Pods are on the board. Jackson Merrill, an RBI single. It's 4-1. Pitch from Webb. Hard hit on the ground. Into right field and a base hit. Merrill speeding around third on his way. Lee comes up throwing the slide. Not in time. And a 1-run game here in the third. And Adames lines one up the middle. That's into center field and a base hit. Bader rounding third on his way. Merrill comes up throwing. It'll go to second base. RBI single for Willie Adames. And the Giants extend their lead. It's 5-3. There's lead. The 0-1 pitch on the ground right side. That's through the base hit. Bailey will score. They're waving Adames. Here he comes. Fernando's throw to the plate is cut by Sheets. It's a 2-run single for Elliot Ramos. And the Giants' lead is now 7-3. Pitch. And that's popped up. Shallow left field. Long run. Castellanos not going to get there. Just sort of drops down into base hit. Oliva scores easily from third base. And an RBI single for Jung-Hoo Lee to make it 9-3. 2 now to Fermin. Buto delivers and a swing and a miss. Tried to check on a ball up and out of the zone. He could not. And that's all for this Tuesday night at Petco Park as the Giants pound out 9 runs and 16 hits and beat the Padres 9-3. They will go for the sweep here tomorrow afternoon.
You know, I thought we actually handled him pretty well early, and then he started throwing more four seams and cutters there at the end, which is kind of against his usual game plan, and he kind of stifled us there the last couple innings, got himself through 6. So, you know, an ace pitcher, we battled him pretty hard. You know, had that inning in the third, but you know, we couldn't get anything else after that.
Yeah, we know.
So Paulie texted, and I noticed the same thing. Game gets started. And you got to love Mud Grant. He goes, I got a really good feeling about tonight, Donnie.
Yep.
I just got a really good feeling. Crack, boom. Home run.
Happened the night before, too.
Willie Adames.
Said, yeah, I got a good feeling about tonight, Donnie. Let's get back in the old win call. Whack!
The night before, it was Mud, Don, and Scan talking about Walker Buehler. And then soon they're like, oh, and he's just got it figured out. Whack! I was like, all right, listen, I don't really believe in jinxes. Like, I do a little bit believe in the announcer jinx, you know, sometimes, but it just seems like it happens. There's so many baseball games. There's so many innings. There's so many pitches. It would be hard to dance around it a little bit.
There have been plenty of pitchers who have bad first starts of the season, end up having a good year. I don't think the Pirates are going to throw away Paul Skeens.
Nope.
I expect Nick Pivetta to bounce back today and have a better start. But watching German Marquez last night, I am legitimately concerned that the Padres aren't going to get anything out of him. Yes, his knuckle curve was not working. And if it's not working, he's got almost zero chance. But none of his other pitches were good either. Even if his knuckle curve was the best knuckle curve you've ever seen, I don't know that he shuts down the Giants in that game. And I think you've got to have a very, very close eye on German Marquez. If he doesn't, and I usually don't say this early in the season, if he doesn't look good like in his throwing session in between starts, you have to think twice about even throwing him out there again. You have other options that you can bring up. JP Sears threw last night as well at AAA. 5 innings, 2 runs in the Pacific Coast League. He may not be the best pitcher, but he is a veteran, established pitcher who can come in and, you know, we know he's a dog. We know he's got some guts. He's going to go out there and give you all he's got. He might be a better option than German Marquez, who just did not look like a big league pitcher anymore. Nothing against. He was a great pitcher in tough circumstances for the Colorado Rockies for many years.
He was.
Arm surgery, not the same guy. He's hitting 92, 93. You know, it's just not a lot of control there. It was not a good outing whatsoever.
No, and it hasn't been, you know, again, you got to go, you're the offense, and you're like, oh, cool, it's 3-0. And by the way, I think they were lucky to be down only 3. Yeah, my God.
Totally different. Walker Buehler wasn't great, but he was a little unlucky. He got through 4.
He gave up some soft contact.
It wasn't that bad.
It was a very 4th or 5th guy in your rotation type of outing.
This he was lucky that they weren't down by much more.
It felt like it should have been 6.
Yeah,
I mean, really.
Ramon Marquez, 4 runs in 3 innings. Walker Buehler, 3 runs in 4 innings. You go, what's the difference?
What's the difference?
Massively.
Massive difference.
Massively.
Massive difference.
I don't think Walker Buehler is going to win a Cy Young, but it was way better than Germán Marquez. That was that was troublesome last night.
Yeah, and again, man, we talked to Ruben about Germán and in spring training, and Ruben was really high on him. And so when Ruben Niebla tells you, I'm high on this guy, what am I getting? Me, who's a radio host, be like, I think you're wrong. I mean, right? And I don't get, it wasn't it wasn't in a sense when he said it, like it was private, like it was a private conversation. It wasn't on air. It wasn't like, AJ's, foisted these guys on me. I'm going to have to do my best with it. He's like, he looked me dead in the eye and was like, dude, I'm high on this guy. We're going to change his pitch mix. We're going to blah, blah, blah. Well, listen, I don't know how many times through the rotation you can give Germán Marquez. I really don't. Like maybe one more start, maybe, but somebody just made the point in the chat. 7.20 ERA on the road last year too. So it wasn't just Coors Field, but it was last night sucked.
Yeah, first inning, even after the home run. So there's the ball out to Nick Castellanos that he throws to third base instead of second base. So instead of first and third,
it's a guy to scoring position.
It's second and third. And you can say, well, Jung-Ho Lee's double was probably going to score both runners anyway. But I don't know if you noticed, and I saw it, Tommy on Twitter pointed it out. Matt Chapman may have been signaling into Jung-Ho Lee. He had his arm extended directly out on the pitch, the curve that Jung-Ho Lee hit off the wall for a double. He may have seen a grip. There may have been some pitch tipping out there.
We're doing this
that the Giants were taking advantage of. Or he was faking everybody out to try to get in someone's head. But Lee took a very confident swing on that curveball that he put over Fernando's head that scored the 2 runs, made it 3-0.
I mean, they were hitting his missiles
and
out
he wouldn't
there
have been out
night,
on second base if Castellanos, who didn't work much in the outfield in spring training, like 1 or 2 games, but they threw him out there last night, kind of mixing up the lineup a little bit with no Ramon Laureano, and it kind of came back to bite him a little bit in the first inning.
Let's talk about the lineup. Okay, so I saw the quotes before the game. They asked, Ramon Laureano, we're 4 games in. Why isn't he in the lineup? Well, we want to get everybody involved. And, it's tough to take your best hitter out of the lineup. And Andujar's got some decent numbers. Andujar had an RBI last night. Castellanos has good numbers against him.
And I think Laureano was 0 for his career against Webb. So they thought, well, let's try these guys in the lineup.
Castellanos had a double.
But again, I think you overthink things sometimes. And Razor seeing the ball well. He's also an insanely better left fielder than Nick Castellanos. Insanely. Yeah. And I think that was proven last night. Casty, I love Casty. Casty should not be in the outfield unless it's in an absolute emergency. He shouldn't be getting starts in the outfield. Somebody goes DH and
first base at some point.
That's it. Mm-hmm. That's what you listen. He's here on a league minimum deal. This isn't a $20 million player that you have to, we spent $20 million in this guy, man. We got to squeeze it. No, like especially in left field, it can't happen. It looked like he'd never played the outfield before last. It was really a tough watch.
You can never fairly expect an outfielder to have robbed a home run.
Correct.
That's a very hard thing to do.
But I feel like Laureano gets both of those.
I was like, I feel like he might have had a chance.
He gets in the position to get a chance at them. And
he was kind of doing the old spin to your left, now spin to your right.
So that's, for me, and when lineup comes out, hey, if it works last night, he's a genius. Well, it didn't work. It didn't work at all. So
it hurts when you're down in the first inning again.
But again, if we have a different left fielder, maybe we don't. Yeah. Maybe we're not, and Laureano, again, when you're the hottest hitter or one of the hottest hitters, he's the hottest hitter, you keep him in the lineup. You don't need to worry about Miguel Andujar's feelings right now or Nick Castellanos' feelings right now. You're trying to get this win against a really tough pitcher in Logan Webb, a guy with a 4th in the Cy Young voting last year. I'm rolling.
Who you had on the ropes.
You did.
Didn't you feel like he was starting to lose it?
And I'm rolling my best lineup out there. Period. The end. Right. So that was kind of strike one. Then the alignment of the defense as far as where guys were playing. Okay, strike 2. Then the game starts, and Germán Marquez. Look, no manager is going to expect his guy to go out and give up 3 runs, but he did, and I thought the Padres battled back.
So yeah, it's 4-0 after 3 innings after the Chapman home run. German Marquez has given up 8 hits, but then the Padres in the bottom of the third draw a couple of walks. They get the Merrill RBI single. Xander drives in a run with a ground out, and Duhar drives in a run. And now it's a 4-3 game. And you're thinking, hold on, I kind of flushed this game in my mind a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Padres can and maybe even should win this game, given their bullpen strength.
Mm-hmm.
This is now set up for a game you can come back and steal against their number one starter. I'm going, that would actually be a pretty nice feather in their cap early in the season. So I was glad to see Kyle Hart go out for the 4th inning. I was worried that Marquez was going to come back out.
Yeah.
He did not. And Kyle Hart was terrific. First 2 innings in the 4th and the 5th. Gave the Padres a chance to bat a couple of times, try to take the lead. They did not. They could not get anything going then against Logan Webb. And then the decision to throw him back out there in the 6th inning for a 3rd inning. That's the other one that I think people are questioning.
Strike 3.
For the game last night, because as good as Kyle Hart had looked in his first 2 innings, had a string of right-handers coming up, plus a switch hitter in Patrick Bailey.
God, it's such a perfect lane. And again, I said this last year with Schilt. I said it with Bob Melvin. I say it with every manager. As a manager, you're making moves that you can explain. Not, I went with my gut. I liked this matchup 5 guys down the road. I go with moves that I can explain, that make sense, right? I got a lane of righties, and yes, there's a light-hitting switch hitter in there as well, but I got a lane of righties. I'm going with Bradley to get a clean inning there. I just milked 2 amazing innings out of Kyle Hart.
And go with Estrada early.
100%.
And save Bradley for later.
Go with Mason Miller if you have to, but do something different.
And I understand the argument. Kyle Hart had been rolling, and let's keep him rolling, but Now you've made 2 mistakes, because not only did Kyle Hart then give up 4 runs that inning, he was charged with 4, but you had Kyle Hart all the confidence in the world,
all
with
of it.
2 great outings,
Phenomenal, back to back.
And now
was it 2?
He had 2 innings the first
and
time,
2 innings
and 2 innings again. He could have a 0 ERA 4 innings in. Instead, he wakes up now with an 8.31 ERA, going, I thought I was off to a fantastic start this season. If you just pulled me, I'd be top of the world. You'd have Kyle Hart going, I am ready to go whenever they need me.
Brimming
and now
with confidence.
Now you've got him a little maybe rattled coming out of, oh man, I let him out there just too long. I should not have used them for that 3rd inning.
And again, man, he throws that pitch to Bader, and it was a bad pitch. It was middle, but it probably should have been caught by either Tatis or Merrill, and they ran. And once I saw Jackson give the flash look, is it me or you, me? So poor communication there.
Yeah, better not caught than collision.
Dude, that's the other thing I was scared that they were going to run smack dab into each other, or Jackson dives in the wall, breaks his neck. I was like, all right, but that ball hit the track, and you guys are both fast as balls. So somebody needs to get to that ball, and they didn't, and so. But then it unraveled. At that point, you could have gone to Bradley and give him a clean-ish inning instead of, hey, kid, here's the bases loaded, have at it.
And I've saw a lot of criticism of rookie manager Craig Stammen for that decision. But I want to have an honest conversation about this. Yes, the buck stops with Craig Stammen.
Yeah.
But what did we hear all spring training from Craig Stammen? I'm going to be learning on the job. I'm going to be leaning heavily on my coaching staff. We just named Ruben Niebla as the associate manager.
Yeah.
I don't know for certain, but my guess is Ruben is the one making the pitching decisions and changes, especially early in the season. Yeah, Stammen can probably override, but I'm guessing that Ruben wasn't going, we need to bring in Bradley, and Stammen's just stomping his feet going, no, we are leaving Kyle Hart in. Let's put the whole responsibility on the coaching staff where it rests. We love Ruben Niebla.
But we don't.
But I'm sure he had a huge play in the decision to leave Kyle Hart out there that inning.
Yeah, but again, like you said, the buck stops here. He's the manager,
Yes, but you can't set up your manager where he needs to be overriding coaches left and right in his first week going, you want to leave him out there? No, we need to go to Bradley. He needs these guys to help him make the right decisions early in the season.
Yeah, and again, if look, the funny part is if Ruben Niebla said no, I liked what I saw from Kyle Hart, we were going to push him one more, I'd go, okay, you know more than I do. I'd go, all right, sounds good to me. Didn't work. Hindsight's 20/20. It's easy for me and Ben and Paul and everybody in the chat. It's easy when you already know the outcome. But if Ruben Niebla said to me, no, there was there was a reason I left Kyle Hart in. I'd go,
I'm sure there
okay.
was a reason they left Kyle Hart in.
They were trying to get one more
I
inning
don't think
out
they
of
just
him.
forgot about it.
No,
And they're
they
like,
didn't
he's
forget.
already out there. So,
But again, I
think there were more reasons to take him out. And in hindsight, it's very obvious there were more reasons to take him out than leave him in.
Yeah, for sure. So the offense too, like, and we have 3 more hours. We can talk about this. It's been ugly. And, you know, the guys, how many times are we going to say this? The guys that make the most money need to play better. They have to hit better. Man, he's got to produce. He's got to produce. Or you got to hit in the 7 hole, 6 hole for a while. Like it sounds sacrilegious, but until we get guys going, you know, guys have to produce.
What do you mean? The Padres had their biggest inning of the season and tied their largest run output of the season last night.
Still lost by 6.
Offense is trending in a great spot.
Terrible.
Come back.
People will believe you.
Incorporator next on The Fan.
Well, Benny, you would like to think that there's nowhere to go but up. And I think that's actually accurate in this for this team. Because right now, as it stands in Major League Baseball, the lowest batting average, San Diego Padres, 132. 30. They're batting 182. They're 30th in baseball. Well, surely they're walking and getting on base a lot. No, they're the number 29 in baseball, so second to last. Well, I've seen a little bit of slug. Slug's got to be there, right?
Yeah,
no,
better.
they're dead last, 258. How about on base plus slug? They got to be
that has improved.
They got to be near the middle at least, right? No, dead last, 515.
Oh god.
Holy crap, dude. Holy crap. Now again, 5 games in, 157 to go. A lot, nowhere to go but up. But that is exceptional. Now, again, take into account Tarek Skubal, Framber Valdez, and Logan Webb. Okay, fine. But all these other teams, they're also playing good big league quality pitchers. It's not like they're, not like everyone's playing the Rockies. So you're going to have to do it against the best if you want to be in the mix. There's no let up. The guys you're going to be facing in Boston are nasty. The guys you're going to be facing in Pittsburgh are nasty. So there's no reprieve. So you got to get it figured out. You're dead last or second to last in every offensive category right now. They've hit 2 home runs all season. The Angels have 10.
They've scored 2 or 3 runs in every single game, correct?
Yeah.
That's it. They haven't gotten to 4 once yet this season.
They are second to last in runs scored, tied with the Twins and just above the Kansas City Royals.
And perhaps, most disturbing of all, every game in which the opposing team has scored, the Padres have lost.
Correct. Yeah. If they score, it's been off.
You lose. That is a bad formula. You can't rely on shutouts every single time you need to win a baseball game.
Yeah.
In Major League Baseball, you have to outscore the opposition at times. I don't know. Has anything changed? I felt pretty confident that this lineup was better than last year's lineup.
Me too. I was very high on that.
I like the experiment of Jake Cronenworth batting first against righties, which we've seen a couple of times. Didn't do anything last night. Jake had an 0 for 4. That's always going to be a tough way to put together offense if your leadoff guy doesn't get on base at all. I think Jackson Merrill has swung the bat pretty well.
Yep.
I don't have any complaints with Jackson Merrill. He had an RBI single last night. Manny has been off to a slow start. He's walked a lot. His OBP is 400, one of the best on the team, but not really driving the ball other than, I think, 1 double. That's about it. Fernando.
Well, Manny's defense too it's wild. Like he made that dive last night. That's a play he
makes the great plays, and then
transfer.
Can't get handles on the ball for some reason.
That's been happening to him, through the first few
games.
It
beautiful that spin throw. I mean, Manny's still Manny there, but he's definitely had some slip up moments for sure. Fernando has no home runs. We wanted to see more power from Fernando. He certainly hit a lot of line drives. He's actually got a bunch of line drive outs as well. So he's not swinging the bat poorly, but you're not getting any real damaging production from your best player. And he is your best player. No doubt about it in my mind. Xander's cooled off after a couple of hot days. Gavin Sheets has never gotten going. He finally got a hit, but inconsequential. And I was expecting a fast start out of him. Do these guys all turn it around like we expected? Is this still going to be a better lineup than last year's that had nothing at the bottom of the order? I mean, you can't nothing at the bottom of the order.
You can't get. I hate to say you can't get worse, but you're already dead last in all of these categories right now, or second to dead last in all of these categories. So, logic would tell you that there is nowhere to go but up for the San Diego Padres offensively. Now,
there's nowhere to go but up, but they can also be worse.
They can also be worse. Yeah, I mean, you can absolutely stay dead last all year. You absolutely
can
can.
1 or 2 runs every game.
And if you can't pitch and you're not pitching effectively and you're not preventing runs effectively, which they're not, that's a really bad combo. You
haven't hit with runners in scoring position all season long. Like Giants went 6 for 12.
That's
500 with runners in scoring position. They really capitalized on all their opportunities. The Padres have not been doing that so far this season. Now, a lot of these things are very sample size oriented. And, every team's going to go through a 5-game stretch where they struggle offensively, where they struggle with runners in scoring position. That certainly is going to happen. The question is, are these trends? Do you think that these things will last all season long?
No,
and do you
I
need
don't.
to start making changes? Do you need to call up Jose Miranda and Romeo Sanabria, guys who had really good springs offensively and, have started off pretty well at AAA, or is that a panic move?
Well, it's a real panic move. I think it's a severe panic. You can't, hey, we're cutting Gavin Sheets because he has 1 hit. It's 5 games in. So, again, and I said it earlier, like, hey, it's been 5 games, and I got roasted for saying, we've heard this, it's early crap. Look, it is by definition early. There is, by definition, a lot of games left, 157. If 157 doesn't seem like a lot to you, eat 157 small powdered donuts. Eat all of them in one sit. Just let me know. Is that a lot or is that a little? Smoke 157 cigarettes. Have 157 shots of
Don't do that.
Of Santo tequila
Or
today,
that.
right? Tell me that's not a lot of games. Tell me I'm a homer dip ass for thinking 157 is still plenty of games to right the ship.
We're all still a little scarred from.
But it's a lot of games. Like but they have to. You got to play better. You have to play better.
You're still scarred from like 21 and 23 when they started off. No, what year was it where we're like, we got crushed for being like, there's plenty of time left. Was that
23?
23?
Yeah. Well, you listen.
We made a declaration. We're like,
in our
we're never
defense,
saying
it
that
was
ever
Juan
again.
Soto,
Right.
Fernando Tatis. Like,
right.
You can't win with that lineup. I don't know what to tell you. But again, you come out, you got 43,000 people every single night out there.
Where do you draw the line? Like,
right.
where,
When is it?
When is it no longer? Is it May 1st? Is it April 15th? Like,
it's like 30 games and evaluate. 30 games and evaluate. 30 games and evaluate. But in our job, and I think in our fans are living and dying with this team, and I can't tell you that I'm not also.
Can you fall
absolutely
into an undiggable hole in 30 days?
An impossible hole in 30 days. I think you can.
You can.
I think you can.
You can also, bounce back, have a decent 2 weeks, finish the first month at 500, and we're all like, yeah, that's where we wanted to be kind of early in the season. We set pretty modest expectations
we really did.
Early in the year.
That was the thing. And we had Major Garrett on opening day, and him too. He's like, stay around 500 till the break. I'm like, perfect. But now, that you got to win 4 straight to be back at 500. So
3. They're
3
1
straight.
and 4.
Sorry.
1 and 4.
3 straight to get back at 500.
Or you can go 14 and 11 over your next 25 games.
Yep.
Which doesn't sound like, moving mountains to go 14 and 11 over 25 games. But
you watch that game last night?
Well, last night's game was a very questionable number 5 starter against the number 4 Cy Young winner last year. That's a game you kind of expect to lose.
Chalk to an L.
It would have been nice if the Padres could win that game, but that's a game you expect to lose over a long season. You kind of expect to lose to Tarek Skubal, the 2-time defending Cy Young. The other 3 were all winnable.
Yep.
They had a lead in game 2, didn't close it out. That one really, really hurts. They won game 3. And they didn't get the offense going against Landon Roop, which hurts as well. And they lost a 1-run game in game 4. Those are the games you need to win. Last night's game, ugly, but you probably were going to lose against their number 1 starter when you're throwing a 5 most of the time in baseball.
Yep.
It's the other 3. You win those, and you're going 3-2. Great.
Absolutely.
Great start to the season. We're really happy you can win the homestand today. It's not yesterday we really need to be mad about. It's game 2 when they could not hold the lead with Jeremiah Estrada. And it's game 4 when they could get nothing going offensively against Landon Roop, who's fine, but he's not a world beater, and you only needed 4 runs to win that game. Those are the 2 games that are going to stick in my craw from the opening homestand. Not yesterday when German Marquez, who, let's be honest, we all expected to kind of be crummy, was crummy. And yeah, you give him a chance because you gave him a contract, you saw something, you may have to give up on that experiment sooner rather than later. But it's those other 2 games that I'm kind of still like, those are the ones you need to find a way to win. Then you can afford to lose the games where you were a severe underdog in that game all the way through last night.
Yeah, it's of course they all matter, but the games are done. There's 5 games, 5 behind you. what do you do with the other 157?
What did Kevin Acee say after the game? 130th?
It's not even
It's not quite 130. It'll be about 3 innings in. You'll be 130th of the way through the season today.
Yeah.
130th. Okay.
Yeah. 130th of the way.
Yeah. There's about 30 trips through the starting rotation. If you made every start all season long, you make 30 or 31 starts. So here we are, 130th of the way through the season.
Yeah.
It was a weird question. What did Stammen say when Kevin Acee asked him to evaluate his team 130th of the way through the season? Which is not, if you just said, how do you evaluate your team after one time through the rotation? I think probably would have shrugged. Adam was texting like at 10:45. Can you believe Kevin Acee asked that? And I go, it's not the way I would have phrased it, but yeah, you can evaluate your team through 5 games.
Sure.
I don't think Craig Stammen is evaluating his team very highly through 5 games. I mean, you can hear it in his voice and going, I haven't seen anything that's impressed him so far.
Right.
Said a couple of times, we're not playing very good baseball. Said that. He said, not spectacular start from Walker Buehler. No one said anything nice about German Marquez last night at all. They know that they're not playing well. I don't think they're trying to blow sunshine up everybody's
keister.
Yeah, thank you. That's just the way it is through 5 games. Here's Kevin Acee to Craig Stammen last night.
What is your perspective 130th of the way through the season?
130th of the way, huh?
Gave you that one. But 5 games in, one time through the rotation, just like, what is your perspective right now?
Yeah, we're not playing our best right now, and like you said, it's 130th of the season. We got 29 30ths to go, and I'm excited for those 29 30ths.
Sorry, are we allowed to laugh?
I don't know that Craig Stammen will be the right man for the job. I can't really evaluate him after 5 games. I can evaluate it, and I can say it hasn't been very great. His team has not played well, so that kind of
he literally said, "I'm not going to be very good at this right away." I mean, he said that in spring training.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be great for a while. It's going to take me a while to be very good at this job.
So the one thing I don't mind the dooming because I've got it in me. I have it. I absolutely have it in me to flip. I turned the game off in the 8th. So I didn't see Gavin Sheets' hit, Ben, because I went to bed.
Yeah, same.
Because I was, why? Not because I was tired, because I was furious. I was absolutely furious at the game that I waited all day to watch, and that's the effort that we saw. Sloppy, throwing to the wrong bag, missing cutoffs, miscommunications. That's sloppy. The one thing that's making me the most insane is the romanticization of Mike Shildt. Holy crap.
That's been weird.
That's been super weird to me. I've got people in my chat saying Shildt would never let his team do this. Shildt would never. They were dialed in under Shildt. They were a mid of the pack defensive team under Mike Shildt. We expected way more defensively from this team, from a Mike Shildt team. The 24 scoreless. If you're going to give Mike Shildt credit for the 90-win season, you got to give him the blame for the 24 scoreless, right? If it's all on the manager, the romanticization of Mike Shildt is making me insane. By the way, he quit. He didn't fire him. He quit. He walked away. He couldn't do it anymore. So why is he some deity now? Because he won 90 games back to back, and he had bounced in the first round of the playoffs last year with some questionable decisions. My God, some questionable decisions. Questionable lineup decisions all year.
Starting rotation.
Questionable starting pitching decisions in the playoffs. When did he turn into Connie Mack? And by the way, he quit. He walked away. He didn't want to do it anymore. So, I mean,
if you're going to praise him for, hey, he had his guys ready to go on opening day, unlike Stammen.
Oh, dude. And
if you're going to praise him for that, you're going to be like, he's also the guy that led him to 24 scoreless.
And they say, oh, he would have these guys ready to play.
Not on the biggest stage.
Nobody kissed the player's ass on the planet more than him. You couldn't get him to say anything negative. Craig Stammen in 5 games has already said more negative things about his team than Mike Shildt did in 2 seasons. 2.
Yeah.
And I know because I covered this cat every single day. And I know because I interviewed him and would say, hey, he's not playing well. What are your thoughts on that? And he'd be like, no, he is playing well. He gaslit everybody all the time. So that's the part that's making my hair fall out. I'm like, wait. You're telling me they're a more fundamentally sound team under Mike Schilt? That nobody made more excuses than that guy. Nobody. So you gotta save it on that.
How about we talk about someone who's already in mid-season form?
Bavak Wavina, this show built the cult of Schilt. Woods was his biggest advocate. Have you ever listened to this show ever once? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And let's say I did. It doesn't matter. He still walked away and quit. He walked away. He had contract years left on his deal. He left and left his money. So they didn't run him out. He didn't get fired. He walked away. But the romanticizing of that guy is insane to me. It's insane to me. It's insane behavior. And it's misguided. And it's wrong. It's flat out wrong.
I saw a few of those comments yesterday. And I was like, we're already here?
Go look up defense last year. And this isn't me advocating for Craig Stammen. This is me telling you, you have a very selective memory.
I was sitting right here. I don't remember you building the cult of Schilt next to me for the last 2 years. So let's quickly talk about someone who's already in mid-season form. That would be Jesse Agler. Had his first Incorporator Challenge of the year. Do we have the setup from yesterday, Paulie? We will start this season, Jesse, with your first Incorporator word of the year, aberrancator.
Wow.
Aberrancator. It is the long shears that you see people pruning trees with, the really long pair of shears. Those are aberrancators.
Topiary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But like with tree trimming, like, the really long handles.
Aberrancator.
Aberrancator.
So we go to this one was late yesterday, a little bit later in the night, but top of the 8th inning, I believe, Jesse was able to get it in. There was, I think it was a Willie Adames double in between, but here's the setup and everything.
There's a couple of things you can take aim at here if you're a hitter, right? Pitch low, 2-1. You've got the Western Metal building, the Petco porch. If you're maybe a left-handed hitter, you just want to kind of squeak one down the line. If you're really adventurous, you try and get up over the bullpen in left center. And then you got that palm tree to the right of straightaway center field. You can do a little landscaping, maybe. Here's the 2-1 to Willie Adames. And lines it over, Manny, and up left line. It's another base hit for Adames. 1 out, 2 backer here at the top of the 8th. Now Devers comes up. Left-hand hitter with a runner on second. One away, takes a fastball strike. But yeah, you try and knock some of the leaves, or was that fronds off the palm tree there? Make it easy on the landscape crew here, the grounds crew. They don't need their aberrancator. You just use the baseball to knock the leaves right off the tree. 0-1 pitch. Devers, big swing and a miss. Spins himself around. 0-2.
We're talking. Adames has that kind of juice. Devers has that kind of juice. We're talking about landscaping that palm tree. You're going to have to get it to that area with the height as well.
That's the thing, the height.
Tree trimming conversations, only courtesy of your Incorporator on Tuesday night games all season long. Thank you very much, Jesse. Well done, week 1. Aberrancator.
He crushed it. He always does.
All right, let's take a time out. When we come back, get to Don't Do This. Rarely do people call out Don't Do Thises on themselves, but I've got a fairly big name who said, I did a Don't Do This. And we will let you know who that is coming up next with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
First, a day game today, which I always love because it gives you multiple options to head down to 7 Mile Casino. Pre-game, little lunch on the patio at Sammy's 7 Mile. Enjoy the San Diego weather and the views, and then you head down to the game, or even better, post-game. It's still early. You can head on down, dinner, play some cards. It's just 7 minutes from Petco Park down the 5 freeway in Chula Vista.
You may want to just take your mind off of the game if you want to. Go sit and play Texas Hold'em for 3-4 hours. That may be a better use of your time. I mean,
they do have TVs all over the place. You probably
can't get away.
Wouldn't get away from it completely, but you could.
You could. You got California-style blackjack, and you've got Texas Hold'em. You got Pai Gow, and you got Baccarat, and they will take really, really good care of you there. You get a discount when you eat at the table as well. So great food, friendly people, smoke-free environment.
Upscale.
No slot machines.
It's nice in there. You're going to like it when you walk in. If you haven't tried it yet, please do. Get off at E. You're on Bay Boulevard right there alongside the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. It's 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got Bret Boone coming up in just a few minutes, so let's get right to DDT, live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Don't do this. Brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
enjoy it.
As I said, you don't usually see people calling themselves out for DDTs, but Mark Cuban did it yesterday, appearing on a podcast when he said he regrets selling the Mavericks to the Adelson Group from Las Vegas. He, as smart as Mark Cuban seems, and seems to say he is at times, he said he totally got rooked in the deal. He expected.
How you gonna run Shark Tank and get rooked in the deal for your own basketball team?
He said at the time that nothing was going to change. He was still going to be running the team. But apparently he did not get that in writing, and once they completed the sale and gave him his money, even though he maintained a 27% stake in the franchise, they cut him out. He found out about the Luka Doncic trade after the fact. It was approved by the new owners. They didn't even consult him. It was already done. And he says, yeah, I don't regret selling, but I regret who I sold to. I made a lot of mistakes in the process, and I will leave it at that.
Wow.
And the Mavericks, of course, even though they lucked into the first pick, and Cooper Flagg still having a miserable season, 6th worst record in all of basketball. They had to trade Anthony Davis, obviously, to the Washington Wizards, completing just the full cycle of worst trade in basketball history. And Mark Cuban's regretful about that.
Yeah, that's tough, man. What happened? How does that happen to a smart and savvy businessman?
You always have to get it in writing, right? You can't just trust.
Yeah, we did a handshake deal here one time. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Should have gotten it in our contract, because then we'd be out of here in an hour and a half. If we had just gotten it in writing. Stupid. Yeah, that sounds good. Handshake deal. You spit in your hand, I'll spit in mine. Shake. 3-hour show. Sounds great. How long did that last? 3 minutes. Yeah. Always get it in writing.
Yep. We tried.
And an update yesterday, Tiger Woods put out a statement. Said, I know and understand the seriousness of the situation I find myself in today. I'm stepping away for a period of time to seek treatment and focus on my health. This is necessary in order for me to prioritize my well-being and work toward lasting recovery. I'm committed to taking the time needed to return to a healthier, stronger, and more focused place, both personally and professionally. I appreciate your understanding and support. As for privacy for my family, loved ones, and myself at this time, Tiger. That's not a don't do this.
Well,
it's a do
I mean,
this. But
certainly it's good to seek treatment, but I will say, you played that card already a few years ago.
You did.
You kind of don't necessarily get to keep playing that card and just then move on and say everything's okay. We need my privacy. Hey, have some respect for me and my family at this time. We did 7 to 10 years ago when you did this the first time.
Yeah.
Now you don't get any benefit of the doubt. Again, please do seek treatment and, follow through and stick with it this time and don't drive a car anymore. But if people ask you questions about it, you're not allowed to get mad. If you want to come back to the public life at some point, you want to come back and play in the Masters, if you want to be part of the new PGA Tour's, executive structure, you're going to have to face those questions. You can't just play the privacy card and I'm going to rehab card. You have to wear it for a while again. And, I don't know that Tiger's going to do that or not.
Yeah, I don't either. Again, it's very similar to the kind of the last incident from Tiger Woods. Tyler Woods is somebody different than Tyler.
Do you know a Tyler Woods?
I don't.
No,
I don't.
In your family? All right.
I know a Taylor Woods.
I know a Taylor Woods. Yeah.
Right. Finally, a little doo-doo this.
DD mega doo-doo.
It was an incredible doo-doo this moment. Unfortunately, it didn't hold up. Anders Dreyer nearly lifted Denmark, his country, into the World Cup. They were playing the final playoff game for the final World Cup spot yesterday against Czechia. And they were down 2-1 in stoppage time. So if they don't score, it's over. Denmark's out. Anders Dreyer, as he so often does, corner kick, sets it up perfectly for the header goal, ties it at 2, saves his entire country, but only temporarily because it went to penalty kicks. And Dreyer had his shot saved. Goalie made a great stop.
Damn.
And Czechia won. And Denmark is out, which in a way is kind of a doo-doo this.
We get him back.
SDFC because you don't have to worry about him playing all summer for Denmark.
Yeah.
You just get to focus on the SDFC season. So kind of a sad for Anders, but good for us DDT moment. And that is don't and do this for a Wednesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Coming up next, we will go out to our SDCCU fan hotline for a Big League Wednesday. Bret Boone's going to be with us Wednesdays throughout the season. We will catch up on our good friend after his stint as hitting coach of the Rangers. He's back in our Audacy family. SDCCU, it's not big bank banking. It is better. More Ben and Woods on the way on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Our next guest got a surprise call in the middle of the season to become a major league hitting coach. Who knows? Maybe he'll get a surprise call from AJ Preller at some point. I'm kidding. I'm sort of kidding. Welcome back to Ben and Woods. Let's go right out to our SDCCU fan hotline. And joining us right now is Audacy MLB insider Bret Boone. Bret, the host of the Bret Boone podcast, featuring the most notable names in MLB and around sports each week. Insider calls presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Booney, Woods was just saying, hitting coach has to be the worst job in all of baseball.
It's got to be.
Do you concur?
I mean, you'd know, but like, it's got to be the worst gig. It just has to be.
Absolutely the hardest.
Yeah.
There's no winning. There's no way. You can't win.
No.
I mean, my guys are raking. Yeah, it's because they're raking it. My guys are bad. You are the worst hitting coach in the world. It's something, I'll tell you. It made me, I did it for 5 months last year, and it made me kind of ponder and go, I want to go back to every coach I've ever had and apologize to him.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how tough it was. That being said, loved being back in uniform, loved the grind, even though at times I was miserable, but it's something that's kind of innate and in me. And I was in it, Boch had moved on and we didn't come to terms in Texas for me to go back there. But I'll tell you, it got the juices flowing again. And I think I want to be back on the field in that capacity. Probably, maybe starting next year, but what a run. And it's, it's amazing. I knew I would, I went into it and I thought, I don't know what it's going to be like. The one thing that caught me off guard was I didn't know how much I would really care. And I just found myself with 13 of my sons on the field every day, and just like a father in the stands, and just wanting them to do so good, so bad, and just living and dying with every at bat with them. And when they were doing well, it was like it made you feel so good. And when they were scuffling, you just wanted to give them a hug, but at the same time, not let them know that you're worried about them. So that was the one thing that caught. I knew I would care. I knew I'd care, and do the job the best I could, but I didn't realize I would care that much. And that was the one thing that got me.
Booney, I'm coaching 2 teams. I'm coaching a rookies team and a minor B team, and I live and die. I really do. And 2 of them are my kids, but the rest of them feel like my kids. And you care so much. It's not because you want to win, but it's because you see all the work that they put in and you know how much they want it. And that really resonated with me and probably a lot of people in our audience. And I've seen already, Stammen's not the right guy for the job. He doesn't have the team ready to win. And Steven Souza doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't have the team ready to win. And, my answer to that is always like, these guys are professionals. They're big leaguers. They get paid a lot of money. If you need a manager to light a fire under you or a hitting coach to light a fire, like you don't need a hitting coach to not miss hangers like they missed last night. Like no hitting coach. Hey, don't miss the hanger. Like he's making a mistake, punish the mistakes. The guys got to take it upon themselves to go out and get the job done.
As a coach, the one tough thing that you have to come to grips with is how really irrelevant you are. If I could help you a percentage point, man, I'm moving mountains.
Yeah.
Because you're correct, especially I think at a younger age, you can be a bigger influence. You can shape young men, turning boys into young men. You can have an impact on their life differently. And I think you can do that at the big league level. But like you said, big leaguers are big leaguers. They're supposed to be the finished product. My job was to try to get my 13 hitters ready to compete at 7:00 every night. And we do the back work, the mechanical work. We get too mechanical. That's not what it's about. It's about learning to compete at 7:00 for 162 games. And the guys that find that out have the most success on the offensive side. But I used to tell my players, guys, remember this, and they'd lean on me. Booney, what did you do when you were going through this? Yes, I have a lot of feedback that may serve the current player very well. I have a lot of experience. But the bottom line is when that national anthem ends, I have no control. It's like, all right, now I'm that father in the stands again. Yeah. And I used to tell the guys, I said, listen, player, and I'd point at them. I said, point at me, and I'd say, background player. And that's what I am. Us coaches, we can facilitate. We can do the best job we can through our trials and tribulations as players to what worked with coaches I had, what didn't work, and just try to pass that on as good as possible. But when push comes to shove, we really have little effect. I know when a team starts off hot, everybody likes to go, oh, the hitting coach is unbelievable. And man, that manager's doing a hell of a job. And they go through a tough spot and they want everybody fired, like it has anything to do with the coach. At the big league level, players win and coaches are just, if we can help a little bit, get you over the top. As a manager, if my job is to manage people, I have nothing to do with the play and how good you play on the field. That's all in the player's hands. And we've talked about this at length before, guys. I can't remember one time sitting around after the game, BSing with my teammates, saying, man, that hitting coach really screwed me up tonight. It has nothing to do with it. Or man, the manager, he's the reason we lost. No, players win games, players lose games. Coaches get blamed for games.
Yeah.
And coaches get no. But we don't need credit. And I never wanted any credit when we were doing well. And I definitely didn't want the scrutiny when we were doing bad. But it's not about that. It's about giving back to these kids in the game. And man, it gets your juices flowing.
It does.
Frustrating as heck at times. But, man, I really love it. And, yeah, this Padres start 1-4. The sky is falling, of course, because we're 5 games in. But let's not forget, this is a good team. This is a really good team. Right now, haven't got things going. Yeah, it's tough when you've hit 2 homers in your first 5 games and your pitching hasn't done a great job so far. But there's a long way to go. I think this Padre team, once again, is a playoff team. They're going to have an elite bullpen. Adams going to be coming back. You lost Suarez. He was one of my favorite guys from the visiting bench watching. Something about Suarez. I really liked him. He's moved on, but you still have a real formidable top bullpen. And you got plenty of talent on that field. Hopefully, Merrill, he hit the homer or he got the big hit yesterday. Homer 2 nights ago. Hopefully, he comes back to that 2024. Stars all over the place. I think, let's not get excited. Still, the Dodgers are the elite talent in that league. I think 2-time defending champs, you got to respect that. Giants are going to be a good team, but I think this Padre team is going to be right there in the mix. And, rough start, but we're overblowing everything.
Dodgers offense is pretty cheeks too right now, but they're finding ways to win. You know, when your number 5 is Shohei Ohtani, ours is Herman Marquez. You may win some games there, Booney, but I agree. They're not firing either on all cylinders, but yet, you know, you look at the record and that's just the way that this dumb game goes sometimes.
And the Dodgers, why the Dodgers have been so dominant? It's not, they have great players, absolutely, but they have great players to replace great players. Yeah. And in a day and age, and I've never seen anything like it, the amount of injuries that happen in the game of baseball today, it's mind-boggling. Some guys would come to me last year, you know, they wouldn't be playing tonight because they had a thumb, and they'd be like, "Booney, would you sit out for this?" And I'd look at him, I'd say, "Are you kidding me? You're even asking me that?" Of course I'd play with this. What is wrong with you guys? You come from a soft generation, right. But and I say that in jest, but the amount of injuries that happen in the game today, the reason the Dodgers, my firm belief that the Dodgers have been so successful on this 4, 5, 6 year run they've been on is because the depth. They have the depth that nobody else has. It's a luxury, like you said. We got Shohei in the 5 hole. And it's like, if somebody goes down, Snell goes down, nobody's worried about it. If a number 1 for any other team in Major League Baseball goes down at the beginning of the season, there's panic in that city. You don't even hear that Snell's out. It's like, we'll get him back.
They're happy he's out because they know, hey, we'll have him later in the season when we really need him.
We'll have him later in the season. No big deal. That's the reason the Dodgers are the Dodgers. I also I strongly believe in this, and I saw it on a couple teams I was on. What they've done by winning back-to-back, the amount of aura you have when you take the field and the amount of aura that other teams feel when they play against you, that's something that's been earned. They've earned it, but they have it. And the Braves had it in the 90s for me when I used to go play them. I'm like, oh, it's the Braves. No matter how good I was feeling, no matter how good the Reds were playing, then when I played with the Braves, I felt that from the other side. Then on those great Mariner teams in the early 2000s, I felt it from whoever we were playing that night. They weren't scared of us, but I felt like they knew they weren't going to beat us. I think the Dodgers have that factor. Once again, by winning back-to-back, you kind of earned it. But when you take the field, you know you're taking the field against the Dodgers.
Talking to MLB insider Bret Boone. Insider Calls presented by Grainger. I got one more hitting coach question for you, Booney. We've heard Craig Stammen talk about not just playing matchups and changing his lineup, but also like looking at swing paths versus arm angles and slots. How detailed did you get with your hitters in terms of like, is this the right guy for the starter we're facing tonight? And should we change up the lineup based on that? How many conversations did you have last year with Boch about things like that?
Well, you know, it's nails on a chalkboard. I'm talking swing path. I mean, it's so absurd. It's not how you prepare. You prepare to hit at the big league level, and it's not about swing. Okay. That being said, today it is, and I'm all for the analyticals. I love it. The guys speak the same language we did. They just use different terms. They use depth. And we use, hey, that's a hell of a sinker. That thing's dying. That thing's falling off the table. Well, now they're going to have, that's 4 inches of vert. That's the translation to the modern day times. We're talking about the same thing. No, I think you look at tendencies. Some guys are good off a 4-seam fastball. Some guys are good off a 2-seam fastball. Some guys don't hit breaking balls as well as others. Some guys some guys are off-speed hitters. I think those are the basic layman things you look at when you're looking at a matchup situation. But to get into the vert and, his bad angle versus this guy's launch angle, and he's out front, and he really has a lot of extension. It's like, okay, the guys that got a lot of extension that are really good and have a 2 ERA, I don't care who's in there. They've got Jacob deGrom's Jacob deGrom.
Right.
Who wants to take the at-bats off him? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we can get in the weeds and really act like we're really reinventing the wheel because we just lined up all the analytics perfect. And guess what? They don't work either. It's big leaguers being big leaguers competing. Guys that rise to the occasion are the guys that are successful. Guys that don't are the teams that aren't having success that particular year. I've seen it all. I've seen the books. I've seen the analytical books. We've gone analytical. Believe me, in Texas last year, when we'd hit a skid, hey, we're willing to try anything. Let's go with this. 50-50. It had nothing to do with it. And when we were hot, it seemed like whatever we put out there seemed to work. Once again, it's about on the daily basis. It's that group of guys in that room getting together collectively and competing at 7:00. And you can do the matchups, you can do all that, but at the end of the day, players play, players win games, and players lose games.
Boone, we got a million things to talk about this season, and we're so glad that you're going to be with us regularly on Wednesdays. Appreciate you making the time for us. It is great to have you back. Thank you so much.
You got it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Boone.
Bret Boone, our Audacy Insider Calls presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. We'll check traffic, come back, wrap up the hour. Some thoughts on what Boone had to say and more next here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Aller.
Now it's a toolbox that's slowing you down on the 15 northbound right at Ocean View Boulevard, and it takes out the right lane, so you're hitting the brakes. And then on the northbound side of the 805, it is jammed as you head towards the 94. You're going to have more slowdowns right by the 15, and northbound on the 5, stop-and-go delays right at the 54. I'm Sue Aller with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Ben & Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We both have the same thought. Want to ask him about ABS, but that's the beauty of getting Bret every single Wednesday. We'll ask him next week or the week after about ABS. There's an unlimited supply of baseball topics that Boone can chime in on, and that's why we're excited to have him back for Big League Wednesdays this year.
Yep. Indeed. I loved the perspective there, and I like that he agreed with me that it's got to be the worst job in baseball. I just can't think of anything that would be harder than that. You know, it's hard to teach 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds to swing, but get a 23-year-old in there that thinks he knows everything already. He made it to the big leagues. He got a big signing bonus. Then he hits the skids and he comes to you for advice. How does that go? You know, what do you do then? Go out and compete at 7:00 is a real basic way. But it's pretty interesting stuff.
You can see Boone's kind of fighting it with himself because he loved it, obviously.
Yeah.
And he wants to get back into it. But he's old school, but he also knows he has to adapt a little bit. You can't ignore the new school analytics. You have to make it work. So he's kind of riding that fence between, I want to, those old school things that made me successful. I want to impart those on my team, but I can't ignore my GM and my analytics team either, because you're not going to get a job nowadays if you just say, yeah, stop talking to me, analytics squad. No, you need to listen to that in Major League Baseball now.
I've told you guys. I mean, it's so valuable if used the right way. Even the little dumb thing I bought for my bat is just so fun to look at. It's to see real-time data on a swing where, as before, it was like, oh, I feel like I hit that pretty well. I feel like I did. And then you look and your angle is wrong or your angle is right. And you look and you go, okay, that now if I can repeat that, now we're in the zone here, right? And that is so valuable. So, but it can't be all of it. You do have to go up into the box and compete. So it's a tough one, man. Hitting is really hard.
Before we get to the top of the hour, we get some Padres tickets to give away. Now is your chance to call. Try to mix it up different times throughout the show all week long. A pair of tickets, Padres Rockies, April 9th. It is the Manny Hot Corner bobblehead game. Call now, 833-288-0973. Fifth caller at 833-288-0973. You go to the game, bring home the limited edition Manny Hot Corner bobblehead presented by McDonald's, available to the first 40,000 fans. You can get your tickets for the game at Padres.com/tickets. Last game of the homestand, we'll talk about this afternoon's matchup in our second half. We'll play some Take on Woods, Reindl Report, all coming up with Ben and Woods. Don't go anywhere. It's San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. We'll be right back.
All right, we are halfway home on a Wednesday. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan got some day baseball. Maybe it'll change in the day. Adrian Hauser against Nick Pivetta. Need a big start from Nicky P today. Bounce back start.
He pitched in the day on the first game.
Not go well. That did not go well. Was very amped up. Walked in a run. Not ideal.
Slip him a couple of sedatives before the game, perhaps.
Not the worst idea you've ever had, for sure. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl's our executive producer. And Ben Higgins is your.
Congratulations to Daryl won the Padres tickets. Just everyone's still calling.
Let me finish your intro. Sorry. Ben Higgins, friendly neighborhood sports anchor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Daryl, congratulations.
How do you get that Daryl read in there?
No, I feel bad when people are continuing to call after we've already given away the tickets because we don't have a call screener to answer every phone call and say, thank you for calling. We do appreciate it. But if Paulie was doing that on every call, he wouldn't be able to run the board.
Correct.
So it just rings and rings, and I feel bad that you're like spending your entire morning trying to win Padres tickets.
Sorry, we already got a winner. There we go. That's how you do it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I also think that's mean.
That's not nice either. Like,
yeah,
you just hang up on them right away.
I don't like it either.
I've heard a ton of people do that over the years. Just bam, 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 just clear the lines. And I'm like, that's kind of mean too.
I used to just clear the lines.
Just clear them.
Yeah. And then if they call back like 5 minutes later, like, yeah, we already had a winner. So.
My first job in radio was doing that. We had, I was a phone screener and I would answer every single call.
Yep.
Hey, you want to talk to Hacksaw? All right, what's your name? Where are you calling from? What do you want to talk about? Or if it's a prize, hey, you're caller number 1. Thanks for calling. Didn't quite win. You're caller number 2. And all right, you're caller number 17. You've won the tickets to whatever.
Circus Vargas.
And let me get your name. And then everyone's still calling. Hey, sorry, we already have a winner. And I would spend a lot of time doing that. We don't have that kind of staffing anymore in radio, which is unfortunate. It's a reality in many businesses, of course. Nowadays that you're operating with a shoestring staff, and it's just a lot harder than it used to be.
Yeah, it is. Tough day yesterday here at the Audacy Empire. We lost a really good one. We lost a couple really good ones here yesterday. J.R. Rogers, who has been in radio for
I think 97 years.
My guess is legitimately 50 years.
Yeah, probably.
It's been 84 years.
And one of the engineers here.
Put it this way. Whatever your favorite radio station is, whatever it was 30 years ago, maybe
he's been
whatever
involved.
Your family, your mom and dad's favorite radio station in San Diego is.
Yep.
He had a significant impact
He
on
probably
that station at
built
one
the
point.
actual equipment for most of the radio stations in town.
B100, go back as far as you want. He has been here for so long and had such an impact on the landscape of radio in San Diego.
No question about it.
A legend.
He was with me my very first day when I walked into the studio for the first time ever. A recruiter from Texas had not 1 minute on the radio, and he always treated me like family. He's been there with me through all of it at every stop. We came back here, first to welcome us here, and he's been great. He's the guy we always do. What'd you do to it? Because that's what he would always. He called me the Encinitas hillbilly. What'd you do to it? Like I didn't do anything to it. My microphone fell over. What'd you do to it? All the time he would get me.
He called me on before our remote on Saturday down at Far Corner. He called me that morning. He goes, "Hey, I was thinking about it. Tell Woodsy to stop fidgeting.
Yeah,
it's like you're herding cats with those two.
Good luck, man."
He was working on a Saturday, by the way.
Yeah. He was great.
He was the best.
He was fantastic. So, also, this one stings. Kelly Danek.
Yeah.
Which is just brutal.
We're gonna miss Kelly
very much.
She had much more of a presence on this show and all the other shows in this cluster of radio stations.
And nobody did anything wrong. These are nationwide, corporate, mandated cutbacks. So can't really blame anyone in this building, unfortunately. It's just the way it goes right now in the business. And we just wanted to wish the very best to both of them.
Yeah, we love them both.
They will remain our friends, and we hope they land quickly on their feet. If you're looking to hire anybody, both of them are fantastic.
Yeah, it's tough.
It was not a fun day
Not
yesterday.
a fun day. And then you go home and watch that game. It makes it even worse. So it's
Carlos
just a hard day.
says he's going to throw some ladders on the road in protests for Kelly.
I know. Very, very tough day. We love Kelly. We love JR. I texted JR yesterday. He sent me the kindest text
He's
back.
the
sweetest dude. So he's been doing this a long time. My speculation is he's not super bummed. Like, he's just turned 70 and he's like, okay, now I get to, go live a little bit.
Maybe speed up your retirement process a little bit.
100%. He was back, and my guess is that he's going to be fine, because he was back with the radio companies that used to give you pension. He's probably good. He's a smart dude, and has been a part of this community and the radio community forever. So he's got it together. Now
I can see him spending time as the ultimate handyman,
100%. Just walking around the neighborhood.
Needs,
What'd you do to it?
Yep. Now I can fix that. Yep. I can fix that.
He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. Hey, Money, thoughts on your extension? Yeah, not the best time to go into a contract here, but we'll see what happens, man. It's just always tough when anybody in this business, even if it's across the street, if it's anywhere, you hate to see anybody lose their gig. You just hate it. So this is where we are as an industry, and really as a country right now as well. So can't be shocked by any of this.
No, and it's certainly not limited to the radio business. Television business has been tough. All media, and it's not just media either.
It's everything.
It's across the board, just about everywhere. There's not a ton of industries that are just hiring constantly every single day. So
baseball card business is doing
there you go.
well.
Not bad.
Yeah,
they just opened that new store right across from Petco Park, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Paulie and I went.
A lot of those businesses that are under construction, they try to get open by opening day because they know.
Oh yeah,
we got to be ready.
What's
for
the name
crowds.
of that place?
Honey Hole.
Honey Hole.
The Honey
Yes.
Several times.
Yes, love the Honey Hole. What a great name too. God, yeah.
Have you been in? You both been in?
Well, I used to go to. I do go to their Mission Valley location. It's close to my house.
Paulie and I went in.
How do you decide? You walk in and they've got obviously probably thousands of cards.
Yeah.
Do you have a target? Do you browse?
What do you browse?
How do you know if you're getting a good deal or not?
You're not.
Or you're not.
Okay.
And that's not just.
Oh, do they do
that
sales?
Store. That's any store.
No, it's every store.
Do you go in with a list of what you're looking for?
No, you go poke around.
You don't have a grocery list. You're not going to Vaughn.
Let me get a Manny Machado rookie.
I'm sure some people do.
You do that on eBay. You take your list to eBay.
Okay.
But as far as the cards go, you get marked up. They're marked up. And you buy a box or a pack or whatever.
You have a general idea of what set you might want to buy from.
Yeah, are you going to get unopened packs when you go there?
Yeah,
not
sometimes.
but they also have individual cards that are already probably graded and
usually behind a display
mounted
case,
and everything, and you can buy those there as well for probably a significant price.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I went yesterday with the boys to Ross, which is awesome. They're in the Forum. To the card shop, and we were looking around at cards, and I found a couple of already pre-slabbed PSA cards for really cheap, $10 for one, $15 for the other one. So I bought this one yesterday. Nolan Gorman, 2019 Bowman 30th anniversary Chrome.
Cardinals, right? Yeah.
I paid $10 for it. Look, it's already worth $30.
Wow.
So I paid $10 for it yesterday, and then I got Aaron Zavala, who is an outfielder for the Texas Rangers. I got his for $15, and it's worth $30 as well. So
my goodness,
they're already slabbed. It's all graded and everything.
What other investment can you double your investment in a day? Not much.
Man. Look at me. Look at me.
It's the new crypto baseball cards.
Yep.
Till it's not.
It
comes crashing down.
Which is fine. I like. If I never sell a slab or a card, I'm just happy the kids will have
you
it
can still
down the
get
road.
enjoyment
out
of your baseball cards.
I collect much differently,
them.
and we're totally doing you're having so much fun with it. It's just what's your goal?
What's the end game, right?
What are you trying to do?
I have a bunch of end games, which is fun.
If your crypto crashes, you can't still look through your book.
You'd be like, oh, remember when I had you?
Look, crypto. What a season that crypto had back in 1987.
Yeah. One week you might buy a box of cards and you get, 5 out of the 12 Padre cards. You're like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to try to chase and finish off this set or something. That's one way to collect. And then others, you're like, I'm only going to open draft cards of guys I'm not going to hear about for 5 years. And I'm going to stuff those away and hope some of them hit. And that's another lane.
Which they did yesterday, with the two guys that signed the big extensions.
Yeah.
I was thumbing through my binder. I go, ooh, got one. Ooh, got two Cooper Pratts. that I had saved.
Now,
So it was
them
fun.
signing an extension, Cole Emerson, Cooper Pratt, doesn't mean that they're going to be anything. But
No,
it
but it
does
means
mean
their card value goes way through the
just
roof.
instantly, right?
Instant. It's in, man.
That's because
instant.
of the confidence their organizations are showing in them early in their careers. Makes everyone think these guys are probably going to be really good because they're giving them all this money.
Yeah.
Because they haven't done anything on the big league level yet. Neither of them. I would imagine that's what really drives value up. If guys have good seasons, not really anymore.
You'd
you don't
think,
you don't
my
need
friend.
It? No?
You would think. You would think that you would think that some of these, you're like, oh, this guy's a Hall of Famer. This thing's got to be. It's like, oh, cool, $6. It's crazy. But honestly, the prospects.
That's
and
weird.
stuff, it's wild.
Like
it's wild.
Guys who have done nothing have cards that
less
are
than
more
nothing.
valuable than guys who have had Hall of Fame careers.
Way more. There's really only one sure bet right now, and his name is Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, like a Connor Griffin card right now, on average, would probably go for more than just about any like Barry Bonds rookie card.
Yeah. Or
Why?
Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah.
I mean, you hope if he had a career of like Barry Bonds,
Right.
and then his card's worth what the Barry Bonds
$1 billion?
cards are now. But they're not.
They won't, because there'll be some other new prospect coming up.
That makes no sense to me at all.
I got a buddy. He found one of the Barry Bonds rookie cards, and he's like, I don't know anything about cards. Blah blah. He's like, do I have anything here? And I'm like, look, if you sent it in, it costs you like $40, by the way, to send it in, and it grades perfectly. Which, by the way, the odds are very much against you. It's not going to be a graded 10. At a graded 10, it's worth about $140.
It's like I can pay $5 for this hot loaf of sourdough bread, or I can pay $40 for this lump of dough.
Yes, right.
And hope that one day it turns into a lump of sourdough bread.
You're getting it. You're figuring it out, Benny.
Oh, that's so
Why not
good.
just buy the bread? It's already good and hot and baked.
Well,
You're buying the dough.
The cool thing is I've actually bought a lot of bread of old, like I've got Tatis rookies graded 10. I got for like $20.
Yeah, same.
And I love Tatis. So if it ever goes up in value, I don't care. I've got Fernando Tatis
sit
rookie
there and
cards.
admire it. Yeah.
God dang, that's funny, Ben.
No,
It's very true.
Logical Ben would not be good with card collecting.
No,
He'd be like,
not at all.
but
This doesn't make any sense.
He'd be, Frank Thomas is a Hall of Famer. Who is Jesus Mate? This is a Hall of Fame card. Like, yeah, I know. I had 80 of them. I can't look at that dude's face anymore, Frank Thomas. I'm like, 20, 30 years, I was like, we're going to be so rich. Should have sold them then.
And then one day you'll have a bunch of cards of Hall of Famers and go, well, these aren't worth anything now. Let's go find the next ones. I don't get
it's
it.
so fun, man. Yeah, the logic in your brain would not compute.
Like Ben, yeah. Like we will pay $200 to $250 for like a box of cards. Where you hope to get, there's a few that you got your eye on.
Yeah.
And you're like, I could have just gone on eBay and bought that one single card for $6.
Right.
Plus $1.50 shipping. And then I have the card that I was hoping to get. But instead, I'm going to pay $200 more, wait a week for it to get shipped to my house.
I keep waiting.
And open every pack and then be frustrated.
I keep waiting for the thrill to go away. It's not going away.
Probably going to go buy some after the show now.
I did yesterday. I spent way too much yesterday.
And now I'm finding which retail stores sell cards.
Yeah,
like we talked about, Ace Hardware has
Target, Walmart,
GameStop, Ross, Dress for Less, or TJ Maxx.
What?
I think they have them. There's a few other like hardware, like Lowe's Hardware, I think has some. Costco has them. And I'm just like, hey babe, you need anything from Best Buy? Hey babe, you need anything from Lowe's?
Get me some Costco cards next time. Just
will,
text me if you see like a display.
If I see a display,
And
I'll let you know.
My buddy
I'm
just
there almost
texted
every
me,
week.
They have a big box for like $50 at Costco right now. He goes, hey, is this worth it? I'm like, I don't know.
I have people now, I've been talking about it on the air and stuff, and I love it. It's great. And now I got a guy yesterday wrote me and he goes, hey, I was listening to your convo. I really want to get into this. Where do I start? And I went, oh boy, here we go. Here we go. First taste is free. And I just told him, he said, what do you do? I said, I do it all. I do auctions, I do eBay,
I've already
shops.
in 4 months, I've already had like 10 different lanes of collecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're like, now I'm really into this, and then next week I'm gonna be really into this.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten into basketball yet. It's very expensive.
That's why.
And as much as you like basketball,
I've looked
Is
at
that
both
like the boutique of
Bro,
of
you can't
cards,
find them.
Basketball
NBA
cards?
and
Wow.
WNBA have
you cannot
insane markets.
You cannot find them. Like I went to Taylor's. I want basketball. I went and looked, and I couldn't find them. I went to 3 different places.
Yeah.
They didn't have them. And if you do, you want to buy a box. Like, yeah, it's $7,000. You're like, good God. All right, never mind, kid.
Yeah, that's why I haven't.
It's crazy, Benny. It's crazy. It's so fun. It's so peaceful for me to go mess with my cards. It's literally, I'm at peace. I'm sitting at my desk, taking pictures, posting cards. I'm totally at peace.
Zezer says Ace Hardware near me has signs on the window advertising their cards. Go to Ace Hardware. Do you want a wrench? No, I want pie and I want baseball cards.
Pie and baseball cards
is all I'm looking for.
Nick says, how long till there's a card segment on the show? Well, you pretty much get one every day now.
Yeah, you kind of do. I'm worried that we talk too much about it, but it's so popular right now.
This is finally, there's a crossover between what we normally talk about, sports, baseball, and baseball cards.
Yeah. And I watched,
there's a lot of people that collect baseball cards.
I watched this kid last night for the Phillies, Andrew Painter, who's got his first start. He was a highly touted prospect at Tommy John. And I looked in my binder. I had the signed Andrew Painter card. I took it out and went, ooh, all right, let's go, kid. I have so much fun doing that, watching these guys that I've invested in a little bit. It feels good. Like I said, I've had so much fun watching baseball since I've gotten into cards, except for the Padres, one team I haven't enjoyed watching.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say radio for a free month of service. We're going to play Take on Woods when we come back. Chance to qualify for a trip to Las Vegas. You can enjoy the pools at the Fontainebleau, plus a $150 resort credit. Music, movies, or TV trivia. Call now 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Coming up next with Ben Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Go until 10 o'clock today. Just want to make sure everybody knows that tomorrow will be our first Epic Roundtable of the season. We have a brand new sponsor, Epic Wings, and we are going to bring back the Roundtable. A couple of changes this year, important changes. First, we are going to have some rotating guest commentators tomorrow. Darnay Tripp from NBC7 is going to come in and join the hosts of 97.3
talent
The Fan.
in here. Finally.
The other big one, especially for us in the Tier 1s, the Roundtable is moving from 10 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Thursdays, 9 to 10 a.m. So the final hour of Ben and Woods each Thursday is going to be the Epic Roundtable, where we will talk Padres baseball. And, of course, you can catch it again later in the day, and you can, of course, get it on all of our Audacy apps and everywhere else. But if you want to listen live, commercial-free, starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow, our first roundtable of the season, and we will have plenty to discuss, I would imagine, tomorrow on the Padres Roundtable.
Yeah, hopefully talking about another series salvage, picking up a win today. The San Diego Salvagers has a nice ring to it. Doesn't
You're
it?
not going to get too far losing the first two games of every series.
Yes.
But, hey, not getting swept is actually a valuable trait to have in Major League Baseball.
It is, and I don't want to,
at least we didn't get swept.
I don't want to overblow it, but today is as important as the World Series. This is a must-win game for your San Diego Padres.
Nick Pivetta pitching for his job today?
Yes. Yeah. Craig Stammen managing for his job, Steven Souza Jr., all of them.
Is it a must-win take on Woods? We will find out momentarily when we play today's game. Let's get to it. Take on Woods is brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. We got Joel as our contestant today. Good morning, Joel.
Good morning.
Good. Well, now you're going to play Take on Woods like normal, but I want to let everybody know, now that Woods is gone, he cannot hear what's going to happen. We are going to play a little April Fool's Day practical joke. When Woods comes in, he's not going to get the same 5 questions you are. He's going to get the most random classical music questions that are going to drive him insane, and we're not going to tell him. And then afterwards, we'll actually play his game. But you get the normal choice of music, TV, or movies. And if you beat or tie Woods, eventually you can qualify for the grand prize. 2-night stay at the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, $150 resort credit. Book your room rates today, exclusive room rates at FontainebleauLasVegas.com. So we'll have a little fun with Woods in a second. First, though, your category choices, mean. Joel, I know. Your category choices are music, Cry Me a River, songs that include the word cry in the title. TV, City Limits, 5 TV series with a U.S. city in the name. And our new movie category is the Mr. E category, but it's not a mystery category. It's movies with Mr. in the title. So, Joel, music, Cry Me a River, TV, City Limits, or movie, Mr. E category.
I think there's a lot to choose from on the TV side, so I'll go TV.
All right, TV, City Limits. All right, today on Take on Woods, we're looking for 5 TV series with a U.S. city name in the title. You'll have your 60 seconds to answer as many of the 5 as you can. If you don't know one, you can pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question's our 2-second TV theme song. Paulie will play you a short clip. If you can identify it, you'll score that point. We'll go on from there. Joel, are you ready to play?
Let's go.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Again, the category is City Limits. Your time begins when Paulie plays our TV theme song. Good luck, Joel. Let's take on Woods.
Baby, if you've ever wondered.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Correct. Which 1980s drama left the entire country hanging on the edge of a cliff, wondering about the answer to the question, who shot JR?
Dallas.
Correct. Starring Wrexham co-owner Rob McElhenney, which FX series follows a group of self-absorbed friends running an Irish bar.
Pass.
Harry Hamlin, Corbin Burnson, and Jimmy Smits were some of the legal partners on which NBC drama that won 4 Emmys for Best Series in the late 80s and early 90s.
LA Law.
Correct. In the 2010s, Fred Armisen starred in which IFC series spoofing hipsters in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, shoot. My wife's going to kill me on that one. Pass on that.
Go back to starring Wrexham co-owner Rob McElhenney, which FX series follows a group of self-absorbed friends running an Irish bar.
Oh, Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Correct. In the 2010s, Fred Armisen starred in which IFC series spoofing hipsters in the Pacific Northwest?
Portland.
Oh, you were so close. It is Portlandia. You had it on the tip of your tongue. You got 4, close. And I think that's a very good chance of winning. So we're going to bring Woods back in. But before we do that, when he comes back in, we're going to play a little joke on him and give him a fake category. So let's bring Woods back in. All right, Woods.
Quiet in here.
We got a music category for you today. All right. Joel's score is locked in. Let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Joel.
Pass.
What opera by Beethoven, the only one he ever composed, is about Leonore disguising herself as the titular prison guard in order to rescue her husband Florestan from political prison?
Pass.
In 1875, what 19th century Norwegian composer wrote incidental music to accompany Henrik Ibsen's play Peer Gynt?
Wagner.
Incorrect. Felix Mendelssohn's famous wedding march comes from the incidental music he wrote for what Shakespeare play, which centers on the wedding of Theseus and Hippolyta?
Pass.
Come on, college
One
boy.
of the 3 B's of classical music, along with Bach and Beethoven, what composer wrote a famous lullaby and a German requiem, among other works?
Bach, Beethoven, and Bob Seger. this a prank? My God.
April Fools. That
You
is not
stupid. God.
That is not your category.
You're fired because you're not supposed to do live pranks.
No, it's okay if I do it to you.
No,
I
you're
just can't do it
fired.
to the
You
audience.
have been fired.
The look on your face.
Like went white, dude.
Can I be completely honest? Ben texted me last night that idea, and I didn't think it was going to go very well. Thought it was a bad idea. I was like, whatever, it's your
call, your show.
You want to do this? Fine. I'll play along. And it worked out so
thanks
well,
to
Benny.
Tier 1 Doug for coming up with the questions on classical music, because even I couldn't have done that one.
That was legit. That was legit. I bet my face went white.
Oh, completely.
I was like, oh, that's pretty recognizable.
Yeah, the music, but
right?
you have no idea.
But then the
what it's
next
called.
question, I was like, whoa. Do you have the answers, by the way? Because I'd like to know.
Yeah, I actually do have the answers for you. They are, that was The Four Seasons by Vivaldi. Was our 2-second song.
See, I feel like I should have known that.
Fidelio is Beethoven's only opera. Edvard Grieg composed Peer Gynt, which is a rockin' tune, by the way.
What is it?
Peer Gynt by Edvard Grieg.
Okay.
Midsummer Night's Dream was the Wedding March Mendelssohn. And Brahms.
Not Bob Seger.
I thought you might get that one. Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms. I thought you might score one.
So we're going to play the real game now?
Yeah, it's actually a TV category today against Joel. It's not even music.
Okay, so
now, yes,
do I get to play?
You get to play your game.
Okay.
Joel played the actual category.
Okay,
So we got television. No category name for you. 60 seconds on the clock.
I got to refocus. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me close the chat here.
Sorry, so you don't have to see the answers.
All right.
60 seconds on the clock for TV. Your time begins when Paulie plays our TV theme song. Good luck, Woods. Let's actually take on Joel.
Baby, if you ever wondered.
Pass.
Which 1980s drama left the entire country hanging on the edge of a cliff, wondering about the answer to the question, who shot J.R.?
Dallas.
Correct. Starring Wrexham Cohen and Rob McElhaney, which FX series follows a group of self-absorbed friends.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Correct. Harry Hamlin, Corbin Burnson, and Jimmy Smits.
LA Law.
Correct. In the 2010s, Fred Armisen starred in which IFC series spoofing hipsters in the Pacific Northwest.
Portlandia.
Correct. Back to our 2-second TV theme song.
Baby,
Bob Seger.
Did you get the category?
I don't know.
That was important because it was a 4-4 tie. So,
Damn it.
Joel, you qualify. Dallas, Philadelphia, LA, Portland, and WKRP.
Oh, WKRP
in Cincinnati.
Do not remember much of that at all.
baby, if you ever wondered.
Wondered whatever became of me.
Man.
All right. Well, Joel, congratulations. Stay on the
I'll take a tie.
line. You
I'll take a tie.
qualified, and we got through our little prank, April's Fool prank on Woods.
This was very, very good. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
That was
yeah. Thanks again to Doug for his help there. We will take a time out, come back with a little baseball whip around as we talk about what else is going on. You had Shohei Ohtani's pitching debut last night for the LA Dodgers. You had a rally from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Lots going on in the NL West.
How about CB Bucknor, by the way?
Oh, my goodness.
He is having himself a week.
Whoa. He made a call last night that he was not looking at. He just literally guessed.
The old WW. Wasn't watching.
Watching. It's incredible.
I'll make a guess. It was wrong. We'll get to that coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
If you are looking for something to do after the game today, make the short 7-minute drive from Petco Park. You're going to find yourself at 7 Mile Casino right off the 5 freeway in Chula Vista, where you can sit down, Woods, at any of their phenomenal card tables.
That's exactly right. Texas Hold'em, California-style blackjack, Pai Gow, and Baccarat as well. Sorry, a little flustered from that take on Woods, Benny. But no, they got everything you're looking for there. Great food, friendly dealers, smoke-free environment as well, which I think is important in a casino these days. And no slot machines, which I don't enjoy.
No, it's Card Player's Paradise. It's upscale. It's comfortable. If you're a high-limit player, they will take good care of you. 35% discount from food at Sammy's 7 Mile, including their 24/7 players menu while you're at the tables. Just friendly staff that wants you to come back again and again and again. So if you like playing California-style blackjack, if you're a Texas Hold'em player, no better place in San Diego to play than 7 Mile Casino.
Exactly right. Check it out for yourselves. It's 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little. Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
So the look on Woods' face during the classical music take on Woods was hilarious. We'll have to pull some still shots and video of Woods looking very, very confused.
I was very confused.
The fake
But
category.
I was, in my mind, I didn't even think about April Fools, and I thought, well, Ben's very fancy, and I could see him doing something
Right.
like this, and then mocking me for not knowing the classical.
The best
music.
pranks are always rooted in a bit of realism.
Yes, exactly.
And I knew the fancy thing would believe that
I would
give you a classical
I
music
would, and I
category.
did very much.
Although Joel said he would have won. He would have gotten 2 of the classical music ones as well.
Gotten beat
He was
anyway.
Playing with you, so he would have qualified either way. Let's talk a little baseball. There it is on our
The screenshot.
What's just staring like what?
Love it.
Very good.
Nice to have some levity today.
Yeah, let's talk about. I saw someone say CB stands for completely blind Bucknor, and the call that was made in last night's game as we do our baseball whip around after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Aller.
Watch out, we got a crash. It's on the southbound side of the 15 at Gopher Canyon Road. 2 right lanes are blocked, and it is just stop and go through the area. Delays go all the way back to the 76. But good news, northbound on the 805 at Balboa Avenue, an accident cleared away. Still hitting the brakes, though, on the northbound side of the 5 between the 54 and the 94. I'm Sue Aller with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Let me start by asking and see if I can find the answer to this. Do you know who the umpire was at first base in the Padres game last night? Because that is not always an easy call. And he got it right when Kyle Hart went over to cover first base and did not touch the bag. He tried to step on it and missed it, and he called him safe, and he was absolutely right.
Yep.
I thought that, oh, no, that's going to be overturned. He got there first, and then when they showed the replay, Kyle Hart had never touched first base. That was not the case on CB Bucknor's call last night. Of course, CB Bucknor is the umpire who got hilariously overturned. 8 was it 6?
He's the
8
highest,
times? Whatever.
He's the highest in baseball right now.
So far on
leading.
ABS.
He's dying right now.
But this is not anything new. This was
he's not behind the plate here.
Yeah.
He's first base. It's kind of hard to mess that up, especially this play. It's really hard to mess this play up.
Yeah, Jake Bauers hit an infield single and easily beat the throw, but Bucknor called him out on the premise that he hadn't touched first base.
Yeah, said he missed the bag. He did not step on the bag. You couldn't have a more clear shot at him stepping right in the middle of the bag.
How many times, like in your life, have you seen a runner from home to first just miss first base?
It happens in Little League and T-ball all the time, but
Even
not pro.
in the big leagues, they never miss first base.
That guys
Sometimes-
miss it in drills.
Sometimes the first baseman gets pulled off the bag, like the pitcher covering in the Kyle Hart situation, tries to step and misses it.
This one's insane, though. Like, if you're driving right now, if you haven't seen the play, I understand it's visual, but like it's up on our YouTube stream right now. He could not be more on the base,
Right.
the runner. He's flat, middle, top of the base.
Yes.
And CB Bucknor is 8 feet in front, like with
He's 8 feet
no
away.
obstruction of his view.
Nobody
He's
is
sitting
screening
right
him.
there staring at
He's
it.
staring at it.
Now, he might be looking more at the throw because it's getting away and maybe distracted by it. But what I don't understand is if you are going to guess, and my hunch is that umpires don't always see it. And they
Correct.
have to make a 50-50 call based on their best instincts. In that case, how does your instinct say, well, I know for
He probably
certain,
missed it.
I know for certain that they didn't make the catch and the ball got away, but I didn't see it. Let's just guess that he didn't touch first on the way by. What are you talking about? Call him safe. And then if he didn't touch first and it turned out he didn't, they can challenge and fix it.
They almost
And-
never not hit the base.
and you know what? People would probably go, oh, yeah, he didn't touch first base. Yeah, it's not surprising. You know,
Right.
The umpire could miss
Right.
that. Like he expected him to touch first base. Why on earth would you just assume he didn't touch first base
It's just a bold,
in that situation?
just a bold,
Crazy.
bold claim. When do we have him? We'll have him at some point.
Probably
I'm
sooner
sure.
rather than later.
Whew, that was tough. He's had a rough go, man. He's had a really rough go. I mean, the managers were laughing. Both managers, they panned to both managers. Both those guys are laughing at him. Like, how do you blow that call?
At least it was fast. They were able to overturn it quickly.
How
unlike
about the freaking replay last night?
Unlike the one last night, which was the tag at third. Jung-Hoo Lee, as the ball got away, and he tried to advance from second to third on the double, and he was originally called out.
Yep.
And Tony Vitello challenged because Jung-Hoo Lee did get around the tag on the swim move. But as the replays, I think, fairly clearly showed, they said it just stands. They didn't say confirmed.
Right.
But I think as it fairly clearly showed, he came off the bag and Manny was still holding the tag at that time.
Nice
So
swim.
certainly
It was
it was a really nice
swim
swim move. Yeah. But he didn't stay on the bag. And because the call was out, certainly wasn't enough evidence to clearly say he was safe because he was off the bag and Manny was in position tagging him at the time. So, but that one took as long as any challenge I can ever remember.
I was a wreck about it. I'm like, what is going on right now? It's 4 minutes or something. What happened with the crew chief challenge later, where they were out of challenges, but somehow gave them one?
A lot of people are asking that question around the league. What's the point of having challenges, like a limited number of them, if you can just ask the crew chief to change something? Because if they do, then you're going to expect that every time,
right?
Late in the game. And if you don't, then all of a sudden they say, no, we're not going to give you a crew chief challenge. You're going to cry foul. Like, well,
in the NFL,
why'd you give it to the other team? Why'd you give it to us the last game? Why'd you give it to our opponents last week?
Right.
And now you're not giving it to us. So once you've established the precedent that you can ask for a crew chief challenge and they're likely to give it to you, then the number of challenges you have becomes fairly irrelevant.
I mean, doesn't the NFL like review any questionable play like within the last 2 minutes of the half or something like that? So, you know, you can be out of challenges with 2 minutes left to go in the game, and they'll still
can't blame Vitello for it. I mean, throw it out there, see what happens.
Right. And you know, I think in the ninth inning and the extra innings, you want to get it right.
Yep.
But let's make sure we have a set of rules or give teams another challenge in the ninth inning going forward like they do with the ABS at extra innings. You're always going to have one to start the extra innings. But hey, crew chief on it, hey, we're out of ABS challenges, but that pitch bounced and you call it a strike. Can you take a look at crew chief challenge on it anyway? My guess is the answer would be no if you're out of challenges. So let's make sure everyone understands these rules going into every game when it comes to replay.
Agreed.
All right, last night in Major League Baseball, you said Shohei Ohtani make his pitching debut. He forgot for a second that he was still hitting when he, I think, came off the mound in the first inning, and he started running to the dugout, and then all of a sudden you saw the look on his face. Wait, I'm off. I got to get up there and hit. But he was pretty solid.
Yep.
I think the temptation for other managers would be start him every fifth day because, well, 6 innings, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts is like too valuable not to have out there,
especially for your
but
5.
The Dodgers are the one team, and Dave is the one manager that can resist that because he can, as Bret Boone said, they have so much depth that they don't need to ask anything of their players, you know, other than the bare minimum all season long.
Yep. Yeah, true. It was raining. It was, you know, kind of a sloppy game as far as the field was concerned. But, yeah, he's really good, man. What do you want to say? Can't say much about that.
Edwin Diaz came in a non-save situation to give up a run in the 9th inning, but not enough for the Cleveland Guardians. Dodgers win it 4-1. That reminds me, Padres have played 5 games. Their most electric player has played once.
Mason Miller.
Yeah. You kind of have to have a higher ratio than once every 5 games.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know how to get him in if you're saving him for the closer, but yeah.
You get a lead.
Yeah, it's a problem when
Stop trailing every
your most
game.
Electric player can't get into ball games because you're falling behind early.
Team's got me a nervous wreck already, man.
Should've
5
made him
games
a
in,
starter.
I'm a nervous wreck.
They should have just made him a starter.
I was nervous wreck about today. It's terrible. I hate feeling like this.
The Detroit Tigers jumped out to a 5-0 lead over the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then the Diamondbacks rallied. They got 1 early, but they got 6 in the 8th inning. And came back for a 7-5 win to take the first 2 games of that series. Jose Fernandez playing third base, making his major league debut for the Diamondbacks, hit 2 home runs.
Monsters, too.
In the game. Do you have
not in on him, I don't think.
Really?
I need to go take a look. Jose Fernandez. I need to go look at my binder, but I don't know if I have any of his. I'm going to be looking today, though. You can rest assured.
And then the Toronto Blue Jays beat the Colorado Rockies 5-1. Max Scherzer, 6 innings,
fantastic.
1 earned run of all the veteran starters that, you know, we were pondering during the offseason, like who should the Padres pick up? Would you be interested in Scherzer? Verlander had a tough start in his first one. The guys the Padres have picked up certainly haven't done anything great, but Scherzer looked pretty good in his first effort. And they're going to need him with all those injuries that the Blue Jays have had, especially early in the season. He's going to be playing an important role for Toronto.
Yeah, it is possible to score 6 runs in not only a game, but in one inning, like the Diamondbacks did.
Every team has won now. The A's got their win, 5-2. Shea Langoliers hit his 4th home run.
He's red hot.
Even though the A's have been losing, he finally came in a winning effort against the Braves. Yankees shut out the Mariners. Max Fried is yet to allow a run this season. 7 shutout innings and a 5-0 win. You mentioned Andrew Painter leading the Phillies to a 3-2 win over the Nationals. Kyle Schwarber homered. Bubba Chandler had an interesting start for the Pirates.
He's fantastic.
4 1/3 no-hit innings, but he walked 6 and was not going to be around for the long haul. Former Padre Ryan O'Hearn, though, 3-run homer for the Pirates and an 8-3 win over the Reds.
He's been crushing as well. Did you see the play Bubba Chandler made?
Yes, the athletic play, catching the ball on a bunt, and then doubling the guy off second.
Just a laser. I mean, he looks phenomenal.
Angels blank the Cubs 2-0. Jose Soriano with 6 shutout innings there. Cardinals with a 3-0 shutout to the Mets. They've had some offensive issues with their new look team early.
Skip Schumacher and the Texas Rangers, Ben.
4 straight wins,
Wow.
Despite Pete Alonso's first home run in an Orioles uniform. Astros beat the Red Sox 9-2. Brewers over the Rays 6-2. And the Marlins rout the White Sox 9-2. There's your baseball whip around. We will come back with the Reindl Report in the final hour of Ben and Woods coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Final hour of Ben and Woods. 24 hours from now, we'll be kicking off our first epic roundtable of the season, hopefully after a Padres victory today over the San Francisco Giants. We have so many opposing fans in our newsroom. We got Dodgers fan at Channel 10, Dodgers fans, Giants fans, Diamondbacks fans. It's always a little tense. I already got an email from the Giants fan this morning.
Did you?
No shame to get swept by the mighty Giants.
I can't believe this.
And I emailed him back and I said, I think you just want to cheer for the Tony Vitello flame out faster rather than stretching it out. You know it's coming at some point, right?
We've made him look like
I'm not saying anything bad about him because we ripped him on Monday morning after the hilarious weekend series they had. And
we didn't rip him. He's just fascinating. He's a fascinating guy.
We definitely poked some fun at him.
It was a fascinating move by them. It remains a fascinating move.
It's the Giants,
bro, they've scored one run.
Ripping him. I mean, the people around the Giants organization, that's what's concerning.
Well, listen, the San Diego Padres last year, I used to call them the Get Right Gang because a guy would come in, pitcher would come in and get right. I mean, how many, listen, for all I know, 90 wins and all that, but how many freaking times did a number 5 starter come in here and shove on us last year? Somebody has the notes. Somebody has the record. Happened all the time. How many times did a guy come in here ice cold? Somebody made the point last night on Twitter. How come no other team has a problem slugging at our ballpark but us? The only team that has a problem slugging at Petco Park plays at Petco Park. Every other team comes in and lights it up. They light it up.
Yeah, I think those were wall scraping home runs, but they got
Still
over
home
the
runs,
wall.
and they're doubles. There's all kinds of slug. I mean, we're the only team that cannot slug at our home ballpark. Move the fences into 310 feet. I don't care. Let's go.
Well, that just mean more home runs for the opposition, though, and less for your team.
I mean, it is just insane. It's nuts. So that happened last year too. We did. We got out homered at home. We did. So.
And now on track for the same this season.
Oh, I mean, we're almost dead last in home runs right now. So
I mean, we were counting on power from Gavin Sheets, a little bit Miguel Andujar, Nick Castellanos helping out, and certainly Manny and Tatis doing their part. So far, all those guys have combined for 0, zip, none, nada.
Yeah, nothing from Toddy, nothing from Gavin, nothing from Manny, nothing from
Andujar, nothing from
Castellanos. I mean, how are you going to do that? How's that going to work? That's not a trend that can continue.
Nor will it. I guarantee you.
No, it won't.
At least some of those guys are going to hit a bunch of home runs this season. Many times. I mean, how many did Manny have in the first 2 months last year? Like 3?
Yeah.
And then he ended up with 27 at the end of the year. Things tend to even out as they go over the course of the season. But right now, they're getting nothing at all.
Cool. Just use the chip, Woodsy. I can't, bro. I'm sitting on. I got 10 chips.
Not this late in the show.
No.
When he uses a chip,
it'll be 6 a.m.
You will know it at 6 a.m. I
guess.
Yeah.
Just less than
no
2
foreplay that day.
You're at just under 2 per month, right?
Yeah.
You can use one in April. You don't have to wait until.
No, I
30.
probably will.
You can use one.
There's a chance I use one tomorrow. No idea. Because I rage quit the game last night in the 8th. I did. I rage quit. I'm done. I'm out.
You use them how you want. I'd say don't bother after Herman Marquez starts.
Fair.
But a Nick Pivetta, Adrian
Michael
Hauser,
King,
Michael King, and you look bad against one of those starts, and that's at least chip consideration time.
Got 10 of them. And remember, they're like challenges. They don't roll over to next season. So you can rest assured I'll be using them.
Hey,
I'm getting close.
Hopefully things go so well by the end of the year. You're like, yeah, I know we won, but it wasn't the way I wanted. Chip time. I got a few extra left over.
That's right.
All right, we'll talk about that game this afternoon coming up a little bit later in the hour. Right now, though, Paulie, take it away.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah.
All right.
All right.
Right.
Are people really mad that I predicted that those 5 guys won't go homerless all season long?
Yes,
that's turd polishing. That's fine. Okay, be mad at me. But if any one of them hits a home run this season, you admit that I am the greatest baseball mind ever.
Fair.
Okay, I'll wear it today.
Yep.
You can call me a turd polisher, but if Toddy, Manny,
Sheets,
Nick Sheets, or Andujar hits one home run this season, you have to admit that I was right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paulie.
All right, we'll get started. We'll talk a little NFL here. Right now, NFL season, what are we? We're in combine season.
Combine
season into draft
over. Draft season's here.
They just had the new league year in the last couple of weeks, so they're doing all the league meetings and a bunch of conversations are happening. And the NFL has made one decision already for schedule-wise for next season, and I'm totally in favor of this one. Monday night doubleheaders are no longer going to happen.
Good.
They've done the ones in the past, usually like the first week of the year, first Monday night game, you'd have maybe one at 4 and another one at 7 or 7:30. And that's not terrible.
Bad. That's good.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, the East Coast isn't watching your 10:30 p.m. kickoff or whatever for Raiders, Rams.
Doubleheader in football is fantastic if they're back to back.
Yeah.
Not concurrent.
The overlap
were
is
weird.
Crazy. They were an experiment, kind of.
Yeah. Was it only this year? That was
I think the
relatively new.
last
couple of years.
Not like every week. They had like 2 or 3 weeks where they tried. ESPN would start first, and then ABC would start first, and ESPN would start second. They were experimenting.
They'd be like slightly staggered, but the majority of the games were running at the same time, and everyone's like, this isn't. I know this is how Sundays are, but Mondays you're only supposed to have one premier game to be watching. And so the NFL has agreed they're getting rid of the doubleheaders on Monday night. And I think that's a good move.
All right. Did you see the other big news that they're like planning on more replay because they're going to have replacement officials if they don't get a deal done?
Man.
So they're basically saying, fine, the league office just can call any penalties they want on replay. Hey, if we see something, we'll just yell from, our New York offices.
Wow.
You missed a face mask, and so call it. Like, you won't have to throw a flag. It used to be if you didn't throw a flag,
the
league office couldn't go, you missed a face mask. They couldn't do that. Now they're going to be able to do that and go, yeah, we saw clearly on replay there was a face mask. Put a penalty flag out there and call it. So that's going to be a big change next season in the NFL.
Yeah, that's a big one.
In basketball, we have they announced who will be going into the next Hall of Fame. The Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2026. Give some congratulations. We'll start with a couple of ladies, Candace Parker and Elena Deladon, WNBA MVPs, WNBA champions. They are going into the Hall of Fame in the 2026 class. They will be joining, let's see, where did it go? Doc Rivers is going to get in, current Bucks coach. It says here he's got 1,191 wins to his resume right now. Still adding on to it. And then
thought that Doc could have gotten fired today. The Bucks are eliminated and falling apart.
Yeah.
Be tough to congratulations on your Hall of Fame, but we're going to let you go.
Well, he's 8th all time in wins as a head coach in the NBA. 8th all time and still going. So he is already in, which I think is interesting that you can still be coaching.
And coach. Oh, he's already in as a coach.
He's getting inducted as a coach in this class.
Yeah. Well, otherwise, a lot of coaches coach into their 70s and stuff. You don't want to make them wait because they're not going to be around to enjoy it.
It's true. And then Amari Stoudemire also went into the Hall of Fame, which I thought was interesting. I mean, he's one of the most elite players of his era. Just his career kind of fizzled off with so many injuries. He was so dominating and so promising.
In college at Arizona, right? He was just such a specimen.
Yeah, but congratulations to all of them.
Wasn't Mark Few, Gonzaga coach, going in as well? I thought I saw that.
If he is, he was not in this.
It's mostly a tangent
reports.
for a quick rant that yearly Steve Fisher should be a basketball Hall of Famer.
Agreed.
Yeah, there is.
And
they have a college Hall of Fame, or is it all one?
It's just one big basketball, I think. Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Steve Fisher belongs in it.
Indeed.
And they overlook him every single year, and I think it's a real shame. And so I will say one more time, please, next year, someone give Steve Fisher his due. Credit that he is due. ESPN just did a list of like the top 25 college coaches of the last 25 years. No mention of Steve Fisher. It's like, what is with the forgetting of Steve Fisher over and over again? Built a program out of nothing that ended up in the national championship game. Yes, Dutcher was the coach, but Fisher built it. And, of course, the whole Michigan thing, the Fab Five, and winning the championship. Legendary and such a great guy. And a tier 1. Hi, Coach.
Hi, Coach. And then finally, we will wrap it up here with I like talking about the new items that hit some auction houses, and got a weird one here. Right now, you can bid at Invaluable is the auction house, invaluable.com. You can bid for a dreadlock from Bob Marley.
And just
currently sitting at let's see here, it's what is but British pounds, so it's $6,608 American.
Bob Marley's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
So when
a
he
woman
died,
they're not like
this. A woman got this dreadlock of hair back in 1978 and has had it this entire time. He signed a little card for her as well, and that goes along with it.
I had a very creepy, disturbing thought, like where they got the dreadlock.
Yeah, like if he's laying there and they're like, somebody snip one.
Yeah. Back in 1978, June 22nd, 1978, he was filming the Top of the Pops at BBC's television center in London. And the woman literally just asked him, "Can I have a dreadlock? Can I have one of your dreadlocks?
One of your..."
And it says
that's
here,
so sweet of you to ask. No.
She said,
why did he say yes?
She said he just kept nodding and chuckling and appeared amused by it. So he let me twist off a piece of his dreadlock. He gave me his autograph as well. I've kept it in my autograph album ever since. It's about 1.5 inch length piece of his dreadlock.
How do you twist it off?
No, I think I'd
snip it off.
Twist it. Because
it
will break. It will.
Oh, it's brittle, so they break.
Yeah, so they have to put stuff in it.
You'd be surprised how little I know about dreadlocks.
You never had the urge when you were a kid?
Not really.
Back in the day, you were permitted to get on stage at Top of the Pops with the bands. After Bob Marley had finished singing, myself and a friend went up onto the stage he was performing on, and he was chuckling away, and I asked, "Hey, can I have a piece of your hair?" And he just kept nodding. And finally, eventually, let me.
I do not have dreadlocks. If I had a gray one, not that many.
Just twist it.
It's
you just got to twist it and pull.
A lot.
All greasy.
A little product in there.
They are expecting. So right now it's at 6,600 American.
Okay.
They are expecting that to get around $30,000-$35,000 when the auction has completed.
I bet Mrs. Woods would enjoy that very much.
Callie's all day says, "Is it PSA graded?"
Send it to PSA.
It's an 8 dreadlock from Bob Marley.
She would love it. She would absolutely love it. She loves Bob Marley.
We could buy that for her. It'd be a nice birthday gift, maybe.
I thought you wanted to get into collecting too, so I bought you some of Bob Marley's dreadlock.
Yeah.
Can they really know that? I mean,
he signed the thing.
I guess
they have to authenticate all of this stuff, so they wouldn't put it up at auction if it was.
Sure, no one would ever
DNA
ever.
You do DNA?
Yeah, I guess so.
You do a DNA test
if you have something to match it against.
If you have something to match it against,
they didn't have DNA back. Analysis when Bob Marley.
They got it now. They got it now. They said $6,000 now. It should go up to what? 30? You said.
$6,000 currently, and they're expecting between $30,000-$35,000 when this is all said and done.
All right.
Or you can just orchestrate a trade of Connor Griffin cards
for that.
Bob Marley dreadlocks.
Thank you, Paulie.
Thank you, Paulie.
You are welcome.
All guests on Ben and Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. And a reminder, you can enter our national contest as the Pittsburgh area prepares to welcome the nation to the unofficial beginning of football season. The city's kickoff celebration will begin with an unforgettable invite-only night of music. Go to Audacy.com/the-night-before to enter for your chance to win a trip to see Jason Aldean, John Morgan, and Shane Prophet. Again, this is a national contest. Come back, more Ben and Woods. Look ahead to the Padres homestand finale this afternoon here on 97.3 The Fan coming up next.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on.
Let's talk a little more Craig Stammen. Still see it in the chat. You know, you can question the decision. Kevin Acey wrote about it this morning to leave Kyle Hart in for a third inning.
I do. I question that decision.
I think it's very fair. You know, Kyle Hart spoke after the game, said, you know, he felt really good coming back for a third inning, was excited to get back out there, thought he could get through another one, didn't make the pitches that he wanted to make. You know, learning lesson for a new manager. But we are arguing ultimately about whether the Padres could have lost 4-3 or 9-3 in this case, because they never scored again.
No, they didn't.
So they did not do what they needed to do offensively to win that game, making the pitching decision incorrect, though it may have been kind of moot in the end.
Well, I mean, again, you don't know how it's going to play out, but I feel like if you milk two scoreless out of Kyle Hart and you've got a fresh and ready Bullpen, now's the time to use him. Brad Glay getting a clean inning there against a righty and Adames, who ended up hitting a double off of Kyle Hart. Much, much better view for him to hit than Brad Glay Rodriguez. I think you have to take it every time. And managing a bullpen has got to be the most frustrating part of that job. And very few guys do it well. It's true. Very few guys do it well. I mean, it's just so you just have no idea how things are going to go. A seeing eye ground ball gets up the middle. Okay, fine. No big deal. I get one pitch away here. And, oh, look at that. A little blooper. And then you're like, oh God, is this guy ineffective? Is he ineffective? Was this the wrong decision because he gave up two bleeders?
But if we've seen a tendency so far from Craig Stammen, it's to leave guys in
a little longer
rather than shorter. And it's burned him
the quick hook
a couple of times. Jeremiah Estrada in game 2, Kyle Hart now in game 5, where other managers might be more aggressive in making changes. Craig Stammen has been shown more faith in his guys. Now, that may pay off in the long run.
That may be,
because confident relievers and not constantly getting guys up in the bullpen, because even if you don't come into the game, if you're constantly getting guys up, it can take a toll later in the season. So,
I mean, would we be roasting Stammen now if they were, again, 1-4, but he had pulled Estrada. He had pulled Kyle Hart last. They're still 1-4, right? But he's been aggressive. Wouldn't we be like, why is he burning through his bullpen every single night? You know what I mean? It's a real double-edged sword here, and it's why it makes it hard. There's one nice little balm, though, to help a manager out with his bullpen management. It's offense. It's runs. This team stinks at scoring runs.
I don't think the lineup construction has anything to do with the strike. You could have shuffled anybody in any order right now. No one's hitting.
Laureano's on the bench last night. And
True.
In a game that, it's the game you need to win to make sure that you can still win a series. If you were going to rest him today, day game after a night game. If he needed a rest,
he didn't need rest.
He didn't need it.
4 games in.
He was.
I know.
He was 0 for 7.
With an off day.
Small sample size, but 0 for 7 against Webb. We don't know the conversation. Like, you may go up to Laureano and go, "You're 0 for 7 against Webb. You feel like you see?" He may say, "I really don't see him that well. That sinker just gives me."
I doubt very much. Razor Ramon asked for a day off,
and he had 2 guys who have hit in the same 7 at bats, had 7 hits combined in Castellanos and Andujar. He decided to get those guys in the lineup instead.
And I think you got to give, they're talking about in the chat, and it's a good point. I think if you're, you just had a really nice inning. And you want to keep that game a 1-run game and not a 6-run game. After that, everything just imploded. So, I don't know. Callis's day says, wouldn't be able to give suggestions or notice something too? Yeah, I wonder what that dynamic is like. I do. I think that's a fair question to ask. What is that dynamic
suggested
like?
Earlier, I would assume that Ruben Niebla is making the decisions. I would say, of course, Craig Stammen has override power. But he's the associate manager and the pitching coach, and you've got a rookie manager in his first week. Who do you think is making the pitching decisions? Craig Stammen all by his lonesome, or probably Ruben Niebla with a little input from Craig Stammen? My guess is Ruben Niebla is handling the majority of the pitching changes and who's starting which day decisions, because why wouldn't he be? If I was in charge of the Padres and I was saying, what's your responsibility this season? Ruben, you're the associate manager. Pitching is your domain. You decide.
Does that ever happen? Ever? Did Bobby Cox let Leo Mazzone make all the pitching decisions? I don't think so.
No, but Bobby Cox had been, manager for decades and had a really good feel on it. When you got a manager in his first week and you've got a guy with experience.
Why'd you hire him if he can't make?
Because you think he's going to be really good at the job, given some time to get his feet wet.
Put him in AA then.
Yeah, make him an associate manager.
Right, bench coach, whatever. I'm. I
don't know that you can use that as an excuse because they hired him.
The book is out. It remains to be seen. They can rip off 10 in a row. Do I think they're going to? No. Would I be surprised if they did? Yeah. I mean, they have the guys to do it if they all get hot. But I don't know, man. I just I think I'm not certainly going to put it on Ruben, but I'm not also going to put it on Craig. Guys got to go out and execute, and it's all for me. It's always the players.
I don't know. I kind of disagree here. D1115 says Stammen giving up his power would be a beta move. He's said constantly all spring, I need to rely on all my coaches to help me and hold my hand through this.
I rely on my coaches, but I don't say, here, you handle the defense. Like, no. Like,
you don't think that
I rely
is
on
somewhat common in terms of
I doubt it. I
coaching?
really do.
Like,
of course, input's taken and appreciated, but
a quick conversation is all right. What do you think about going hard here? No, he looked pretty good. I like where his stuff's at. You know, obviously you got some righties coming up and a switch hitter, and then a lefty. Endeavor's like, all right, maybe we push the buck here a little bit, and you did it, and it didn't work out. But
I just can't imagine that in that
I doubt very
situation.
much. I doubt very much he's
Rubens,
like this. You do it. You do it.
Well, but I can't imagine the Rubens always go, all right, let's get Bradley up for the right-handers, and Stammen's going, no. We're sticking with Hart.
Right.
I would think that whatever Ruben kind of is saying right now, like recommending, if I'm Stammen, I'm going, yeah, absolutely. You know, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, he's got the decision. But my guess is Ruben probably said, I think we've got one more out of Hart here. He's throwing well. Let's leave him in there. And Stammen probably said, yes. Now, he could have said, he's the manager. He could have said, no, let's not do that. Let's go
you don't
with Bradley.
But I think you're creating something out of thin air. I don't know. I mean, I know that Ruben's input is very valuable. He's the one that goes out to the mound, does the pitching, but it does the visits with his pitchers, and he's very in tune with his guys. But I can't imagine in good conscience that Craig's like, no, it's your call, dude. You make that. No way.
I mean, he was promoted to associate manager.
Right, which how many of those are in baseball?
One. I mean, that's
just weird.
That tells me that he's probably the most powerful second in command in baseball right now. And you're saying he still can't make any decisions whatsoever?
I think he makes a ton of
still second in command, keyword there.
Second.
I mean, the captain of the ship still needs the other people to make decisions.
You need the
under
XO.
him. Yeah,
all right.
You're not. The XO doesn't go to the captain for every single decision.
Yeah, if something goes wrong with the ship, you're going to go to the captain.
If it's a huge decision, yes,
you're not going to the first man.
Yes, and Craig Stammen could have overruled in my mind, like, yeah, no, we're going with Bradley, not with the third inning of Kyle Hart. But my guess is the recommendation was let's stick with Hart here.
That's all going wrong.
I don't know.
Right
I mean, I am guessing at this point. No one talked to Ruben last night. How they want to organize their decision-making tree is up to them. But they specifically made Ruben the associate manager. They interviewed him, nearly made him the manager of this team. They wanted to give him additional responsibilities this year. If that's just a title and he's just the pitching coach and has no more responsibilities than he had before.
No, he said he did.
He said he did.
So Ruben said he had more responsibility.
More responsibility to me means more decisions to make.
I think we need less decision makers in baseball, honestly. Like I again, because people want to go after the Souzas and the Stammens and the Nieblas or whatever. But
again, neither Ruben Niebla nor Craig Stammen cost them the game last night. The offense needs to hit more.
Offense got to hit.
Now, he's the manager. He's got to figure out a way to try to get the offense going, whether it's a lineup change, whether it's, I have no idea, because we talked earlier with Bret Boone. He was a hitting coach in baseball. He's got no idea really how to get guys hitting either.
Go compete. Go compete. Go compete at 7
get out
o'clock.
there and we'll do our work, and trust that your talent and your preparation and your skill take over. And if it doesn't, there's not much that coaches can do.
Yep.
So they will wait and hope that the talent and skill and preparation shows itself this afternoon. We can talk more about the pitching matchup in our final segment coming up.
A lineup
next.
Yet or no?
We probably
Not
could
yet.
get one here in the next segment, though. I wouldn't be surprised. Ben Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Back with our final segment next year on 97.3 The Fan.
First, let me tell you, though, walked in this morning and filled up my...
Still got them jugs, don't you?
I did. I filled up my big jug of Eco Water SoCal here at the office. And it's nice to be able to fill it up here and at home. Love the Eco Water SoCal system. Got it in our home. Installation was super easy. They did such a great job. And now we have the best water of all time in our home. They bring the soft life right to your kitchen sink with mineral-rich alkaline water. Balances your pH. It fuels your body with filtered luxury. There's no plastics. No poison, just absolute satisfaction. I always tell the story. We used to get the big, giant jugs of water delivery, and I'd have to lug them in out of the hot sun, lift them up onto the thing. Now we just get EcoWater. SoCal flows out of every single faucet in our home. So call 760-350-3338. Get the upgrade, all right? You deserve it. Your family deserves it. 760-350-3338 or EcoWaterSoCal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925. Here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got a lineup out for your San Diego Padres series and homestand finale against the San Francisco Giants. A little bit different again, Woods. Would you like to go through it?
I will. Leading off, playing right field, Fernando Tatis Jr. Now, Adrian Hauser will be...
So, hold on. Adrian Hauser is a...
right-hander?
Right-hander, which means they have gone away from their Jake Cronenworth leading off against right-hander early season experiment.
Indeed. Yes, so Tatis playing right field, Xander Bogaerts playing short in the 2, Merrill playing center in the 3, Machado in the 4 playing third, Ramon Laureano, designated hitter, in the 5 slot, Crony at second, Sheets at first, Fermin behind the dish, and Bryce Johnson, Beach, getting a start in left field today.
So getting another left-handed hitter, or a switch hitter in this case,
yes,
in against a right-hander. Obviously, the Ramon Laureano not sitting 2 days in a row. If you're going to have Bryce Johnson in the lineup, you should have him play the field since he is probably one of your best defenders.
Better than Castellanos out there.
That's why Laureano gets bumped to DH. But then you've got both Castellanos and Andujar on the bench, both against righties, but you'll have some weapons.
And France.
If there is a left-handed pitcher who comes in, you can always go with a pinch hitter for Sheets. You talked about it early in the season. You want them to be aggressively pinch hitting for Sheets late in the game. If there's a left-hander in the game, my guess is you might see that. So what do you think of that lineup? The 5th different one by Craig Stammen. No, 6th different lineup in 6 games, correct?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
What do I think of it?
Yeah. Well, I was kind of asking the general.
Oh, the general.
The you out there, just to kind of
collective
ponder
you.
What you think?
I don't care. You just get it done. Like, nothing's worked really yet.
I would imagine we will see Mason Miller today, regardless of circumstances. He has pitched once in 5 games in 6 days. There's a day off tomorrow. You probably want to make sure he gets some work. Hopefully it's in a save situation. Even better, 4 or 5 run lead to protect in the 9th inning. That's not a save situation, but you still want to get him some work anyway. But even if you are trailing, I would guess that you want to get an inning in for Mason Miller.
Yeah, Adrian Hauser, decent stuff. You know, a good year last year. He's got some numbers against the Padres right now. They're as a collective, they've hit 226 off of him. Manny's not been particularly great against him. Castellanos, who's not in the lineup, has actually hit him the best with the most ABs. But you got guys like 1 for 1. Jackson Merrill, Camposano actually 1 for 1. But yeah, very limited exposure to most of the guys in our lineup.
If you're wondering about Fermin, Nick Pivetta kind of said to us spring training, he's more comfortable with Freddie Fermin behind the dish. This marks 2 straight days that Freddie Fermin will catch Nick Pivetta, 2 straight starts at least. So that's why Camposano is going to be on the bench for today. Yeah, even though he has a hit against Adrian Hauser.
I'm fine with this. Switching up the lineup till you find something that works is great. But yeah, I think keep Casty out of the outfield. That's great. If he has to come off the bench or play first base, that's fine. Defensively, you've got Ty France there for later in the game. If you have close game, you've got some options here. But I'm fine with this lineup. I think you got to get Sheets going, and the only way to do it is to get him out there against a right-hander.
4 right-handers in the first 5 batters against a right-hander is something you don't see a ton of in Major League Baseball. But, you don't have that many left-handed options. With Sheets struggling and Cronenworth not having a great game last night and being bumped down, you don't really want them in the top 4. So that leaves Merrill as your only dangerous left-handed hitter at the moment.
Well, and moving Laureano up to the 5 instead of putting them between Crony and Sheets, I think, that's the other. You got a little bit of a lefty lane there with back-to-back lefties, but, we'll see. We'll see what happens. How could you purport to know what's going on right now when you look at that lineup? Because none of the lineups have really worked yet.
I would like to see Fernando Tatis Jr. go back to what we saw in spring training in the WBC, pulling the ball a little bit more. We saw him driving it to left field. I think 4 of his 5 hits this year are to the right side, which
is good, man. It's good.
It does show that you're like seeing the ball well, and you shouldn't be pulling those outside pitches.
That's
driving
when guys get
them
in trouble.
You get a lot of praise from like Mudd will always praise a guy who goes the other way with a nice short swing.
Every hitting coach on the planet will praise somebody that goes.
I said it the other day. I was like, it seems intentional. It seems like I'm seeing more and more guys going opposite. Through 4 games or whatever.
But you say you need more slug at Petco Park. The way to hit home runs if you're a right-hander is do what the Giants did yesterday, pull it down the line and left. Had a 300, like in 6 foot and a 320-foot home run yesterday.
Yeah, Oppo, I read this once and it kind of made sense in my head. Oppo is a state of mind. It's just a state of mind. That's where you look if you're a right-hander at Petco, that you look into that gap. That's the first thing you look at and you go, okay, this is where I need to be. Now, if I'm on time, I'm going hard middle. If I'm a click early, that's okay too, because I'm right here. I can pull the ball to left field. They're missing way too many mistakes. That's the problem, is like they chased really bad against Landon Roop, really bad. And then Webb last night there was some that floated up and I'm like, now maybe in 3 weeks they're punishing that ball. They just weren't.
Webb was so erratic. I mean, I think they said he had never walked 4 before, and he walked 4. So they were not chasing, but they also then weren't kind of ready when he missed one over the plate because he was so scattershot, especially with that slider that was just pulled into the left-handed batter's box over and over again. It almost worked to his advantage. Like he got away with more mistakes because he was so uncharacteristically wild on some of his other pitches. They didn't want to chase, and all of a sudden finally got a pitch to hit and they missed it.
Well, the other thing that, and Craig said it now, back-to-back games, talking about how they've switched the game plan up on us, and I'm like, all right, number one, I don't know that I'd say that ever. We had Logan Webb throwing, this many. Where Logan Webb was really effective later in the game is when he started just ripping that 4-seam at the top of the zone. I mean, you're watching sinker, slider, sinker, sweeper, and then he just rips a 4-seamer. Toddy was completely fooled, way late on it. Listen, it's the big leagues. Guys are going to make adjustments. Like, are we not ready for those adjustments?
I listened to Stammen's press conference, at least a portion of it, usually the beginning of every single one, as we're making like our Padres wrap-up and all that. And that's 2 days in a row where I've caught him saying like, we thought we had a pretty good game plan. And he kind of went the opposite on us. He said it about Landon Roop.
Yeah.
They said it about Logan Webb yesterday.
So what do you do if you're Hauser today?
Do the opposite of what that they like. If you're normally up in the zone, go down. Like do the opposite of what everyone, what the book tells you to do against you, and you'll be fine. And I go, so we're not adjusting well? Are the pregame reports not all that accurate? What are we doing here?
Again, if you go out and you face a guy and you've got a good scouting report on him, right? And Ben Higgins is on the mound. I know he's got a fastball that's straight. I know he's got a curveball.
When he likes to use it.
I know when he likes to use it. And then if I come out and I face Ben and he throws me a first pitch split finger fastball that it was not on the chart and I have not seen it again, I'm domed. I'm absolutely domed. I know that 80% of the time he goes to his curveball on this count and then he pumps a fastball by me, I'm done. But
if you know he throws a pitch 75% of the time in a certain situation, and you're not looking for that pitch,
that's a problem.
That's a problem too. Like you've got to be looking for what the numbers tell you. You should be prepared for. And
if you're guessing 5 games into the season, we are in deep S. So, get it done, man. Get it done today.
See, react, hit.
That's it.
See what happens.
Salvage.
All right, let's check traffic and wrap things up here with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Aller.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Now we have 2 large rolls of hard plastic in the carpool lanes on the 15 southbound, right at Via Rancho Parkway, and that is really slowing you down. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Sue Allen with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Spinning the topic wheel.
I like that.
End the show, hopefully, on a high note.
Little palate cleanse.
All right, this one's easy because I just added it about 20 minutes ago. What is a moment where sports made you happier than they ever have before? We don't do a ton of sports questions on here, but we were kind of talking about that. And we said,
because you had the first answer, because today is the 3-year anniversary of the moment that made you the happiest in sports. Remind everybody.
It wasn't really that difficult of I didn't take that much time to consider it. 3 years ago today was the happiest sports have ever made me when Lamont Butler hit the shot in the Final Four, the buzzer beater to send my beloved San Diego State Aztecs to their first ever national championship game. I was at Senior Grubby's watching it with the Audacy family and a bunch of listeners. And when that shot went in, I mean, just getting to the Final Four was amazing.
Yeah.
And I never thought I'd see the day, honestly. But to see that shot go down and go to the national championship, nothing really mattered after that to me. I knew they were going to be up against a good UConn team or whatever. They got there. That I don't know that that sports has ever made me that happy.
We watched it on a 6-inch TV there too. That was crazy. Like huddled around it in the bar.
And my iPad was bigger than the TV.
It's crazy
behind the bar.
Dude, the crony. Slaying the Dragon was not the happiest I think I've ever been. I lost my mind that night. I mean, that was
up there. That was
lost
great,
my
great night.
ever love it. Remember me just retweeting, just pounding Dodger fans? That was fun. It's been a while. We've gotten our comeuppance since 1988. Tony Rice beats West Virginia. Up late watching the game with my dad. A memory I will never forget. Last national championship I was a part of. It was pretty incredible.
I don't know that adult happiness ever matches childhood happiness. And while I was at Game 5 of the 1984 NLCS, and I remember it was happy, and I remember the joy of San Diego at clinching the National League and going to the World Series for the first time, I remember exactly where I was on the floor of my grandparents' condo when Steve Garvey hit the home run in Game 4 to keep them alive.
Yep.
And just the sheer unbelievable joy of that moment of my team that had never been in the playoffs my whole life, which, when you're, I think it was 8, going to be 9 in a month. You feel like you've been alive a long time back then.
Yeah.
Like the time goes slowly when you're that young. It's like, I'm never going to see this Padres team ever in the playoffs. And they were. And then it happened. They were about to be eliminated. And Steve Garvey hit a home run.
That's a big one.
I remember the happiness of that moment.
Big one. Spin it one more time. We got time for one more.
What is your absolute favorite chip to eat?
Oh, chip.
I will start first.
Go ahead.
Because it's an easy one for me. Garden salsa, the sun chips.
My top
Garden
5.
salsa. Unbelievably good.
Probably going to go Cool Ranch Dorito.
Can't go wrong.
Probably my most gone to, or cheddar and sour cream ruffles. I saw a
Also
bag.
can't go wrong.
I saw a bag in the can over there. Somebody was wolfing some down.
I know you want like a brand name answer.
Yeah.
But there's nothing better than the warm basket of tortilla chips that they bring you at the Mexican restaurant before you've ordered, with the salsa to dip it in. And I'm not talking about this, like I'm talking about the ones that, are fresh, from the fryer, and you pull them out. Those are so good. If you want store-bought, just give me a plain Frito. I love Fritos.
Really?
Plain, yes.
Plain.
I never really get a ton of chips that are seasoned already. I'd rather dip my chips into.
Do you like the big scoops?
Scoops,
and
yeah.
You dip them into what?
Hummus, usually. It's a little bit healthier, but once you're eating the Fritos, you've probably ruined it anyway. If I do get anything with flavoring, I get the Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar potato chips.
Delicious.
Are probably my favorite ones
salt and
with
vinegar
flavor.
Lays, man. Just slay me.
But I rarely eat them plain. I love shoving them on a sandwich, like a Jersey Mike's sandwich.
And do that.
Put them on there and add the crunch, but it has to be the salt and vinegar crunch.
Have you ever tried the chili cheese Fritos?
I have.
They're put them in chili. It's unbelievable.
But you already taste the chili. You don't need. You just want the crunch.
No.
All you need is the crunch. You don't need
Try
the
it.
extra chili flavor.
I've done them both. I do them both. I get both
Really?
when I make chili.
I've had them before.
You'll lose your mind in chili.
I saw something online a couple of years ago that said like those were chili cheese Fritos are like the number one like worst chip for you.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I just went.
I just feel like those seasoning powders that are on all the chips have so much salt, and I
They
just
do.
like after 3 bites, I'm like.
But you eat Salt and Vinny Miss Vicky's, which also shred your mouth.
They do shred your mouth.
It's like crunch.
Shred your mouth.
It's like crunch berries in a bag. They shred. I love them. And I eat them. I'm like, I'm ready for the pain, Miss Vicky. Give it to me.
Any chips that you hate?
Ooh.
I don't like
veggie straws.
I've never been able to handle this flaming hot anything.
No, I don't like the taste.
The people that love them, they love them.
Takis.
Not
My
for me.
kids eat those.
I don't really love the sun-dried tomato sun chip.
Oh, that's one garden salsa.
Is that one?
Yeah, delicious. The red
one? I don't like the
bag?
red one.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
they're
scared of
so
the red
good.
bag.
I don't like cheesy chips. I don't like.
It doesn't taste
I
like-
do like Cheetos. I don't like Puffs, and I don't like cheesy sun chips.
Those cheese balls that my
don't like
grandmother
those.
used to get.
Do
I
not
love
like those. Can't really eat those.
cheese
They like
balls.
They get your mouth all filmy.
They do
when you're
yeah.
done. All right, 110 start, guys. Let's hold it together as best we can. It's game fun.
Well, we'll have plenty to discuss tomorrow for 3 hours of Ben and Woods and 1 hour of the epic Roundtable season debut with a brand new sponsor and Darnay Tripp as our guest panelist coming in tomorrow, commercial free from 9 to 10. So we'll see you then. We'll see you before then, though, for Ben and Woods tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Braden and Frank live from the loft at Petco Park coming up next. For executive producer Paul Reindl and Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Wednesday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.